us together. Wednesday. Almost said Thursday. It's a Fast Lane on 101 ESPN.
Buddy, I'm all messed up this week.
So am I. Yesterday I'm like, Tuesday. Say Tuesday. We're good. Today,
I put the garbage out, or the yard waste last night.
Yeah.
Ashley's like, doesn't come.
Doesn't come.
Yeah. Like,
Now, is it wait like a day when there's a holiday?
Yeah,
or does it get to push back a day?
Yeah, it did. So we screwed up the trash. So I had to load up my my truck, the back of my pickup truck, with a bunch of trash because we missed it because, we weren't thinking straight, Anthony.
Uh-huh.
And then the yard waste. We're just off balance now.
It's all good. We're going to
finish strong, though.
Yeah, absolutely. I don't know what that means either. Anyways, it's the Fast Lane. 202 your time check brought to you by Clarkson Jewelers, an officially licensed Rolex jeweler. Andrew Marsh, Carey Davis, Jamie Rivers, I'm Anthony Stalter. And we start off with the crotch chop heard around the world as Abner Uribe decided, after striking Alec Burleson last night, that he was going to do 2.5. 2.5.
I thought it was 3.
Crotch chops.
I thought it was full.
I thought he was going to go 3.
Like the Key and Peele
was after the first 2 thrusts, he was done. So then he just kind of had a third thrust.
Well, it's like the Key and Peele skit, where it's 2 pumps, and then if you do a third one,
what'd you call them?
2 pumps, and then the third one you get a flag. You never seen that? You gotta see that skit.
Yeah. The celebration.
He's 2.
He'll have 2 pumps,
and then he waits.
And then he waits. And if you get the third one, they throw a flag on you in football. So
That's
you can't do the third one.
Pump I've heard of.
So I think Uribe got to the different. 2 and thought about the third one and was like, no, that might be too much.
Better not.
So, go ahead, Anthony. Set the stage.
So let's set the stage. So after striking out Alec Burleson last night, Brewers reliever Abner Uribe spun towards the Cardinals dugout, gave them a couple of crotch chops while he apologized to the Brewers teammates after the game, coaches, executives, and fans. Uribe did not apologize to the Cardinals. In fact, he went a step further, indicating that Ollie Marmol was making signs toward Milwaukee's dugout, saying that he was going to be hitting guys. And we've got a full breakdown of this from A.J. Przinsky on Foul Territory that we'll get to in a second. Brewers manager Pat Murphy, not pleased by the actions, said he loves the kid, knows that he can be a little emotional, but no place in the game for that. Cardinals, outside of Ivan Herrera saying situation was he was being disrespectful, and hey, you got a problem with me being at second, blah, 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 blah. You got a problem with that, come to me about it. Otherwise, Cardinals, no retaliation whatsoever. Not yesterday, not today. Christian Yelich even said before today's game that the situation's done.
Listen, man, cry me a river.
Yeah,
this is why nobody wants to watch.
Justin Timberlake.
Just cry me a river. So what?
Is everybody? Are you doing an accurate job of describing our feelings?
Are your feelings okay now? Yeah. Can we go back to playing baseball? Did he hurt your feelings because he pumped at you in the dugout? If you don't like it, play better. It's fine. It's baseball. It's sports. It's enthusiasm. I've never seen a linebacker smoke a quarterback and get up and say, oh, no, I'm not going to celebrate. No, I tried to kill this guy. I'm mad that he's getting up. Damn it, I got to do it again. That's what football is. That's what sports is. If you dunk on somebody's face, you stare at them, and you might flex on them, and they may hit you with a tech, and they may not. But so what? Get your ass out of the way next time. If you don't want to get pumped, then swing the bat and hit it. What are we talking about, man? Oh, my feeling, that was not the spirit of the game.
Yeah.
Get the hell out of here, man.
I had a coach a long time ago. Happened to be my dad, too. He told me the other team's going to do whatever you let them do.
Yep.
Bottom line. And he wasn't wrong, because as I got older and other coaches, they reiterated that. I was only like 4 when he said that. But
wise man.
Yeah,
knew to get to you early.
If the other team takes advantage or does something you don't like, if you allow it, then it's on you. Like, what are you going to... The Cardinals have got no response. Well, we talked it out underneath the stands, and looks like we're good. We dapped it up.
Came to an agreement.
And I don't care. I don't care. Handle it however you want, but, like, it was such a big deal last night. And Uribe basically pulled the Conor McGregor. I apologize. Absolutely no. Pretty much what he did.
Yeah.
And, the Cardinals now, and if Ollie was making a gesture, whatever it is, then you've got to serve justice today. Mm-hmm. Somebody's got to get plunked. Or I think I said to you, if I was Torres and Uribe comes out of the bullpen today, I'm Torres. I'm coming out of the dugout and I'm attacking him. Or why not? You take the fine, your teammates will be like, this guy's crazy. I think I like him.
Hit a home run and carry your bat with you like Pedro Serrano.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Just be excited. Just flip that bat as high as you want to and stare at him.
Yeah.
Yeah, I did it.
That's for you.
That was for you. And take your sweet time. Like,
what if you ride the bull?
Do it all. Do it all. Have
Happy
fun.
Gilmore style.
If you do it, if you get one off on him, he got it off on you, you take your chance.
Well said.
Get it off on him. You know what I mean? Take one out of the park, man.
We're still talking baseball?
Yeah, we're talking baseball. We're talking ball, man.
Yeah.
We sure are.
You gotta get that one off. He got his off. Yeah, looked at your manager, looked at your dugout, and said, take that.
Yeah.
And you do the same thing back when you smoke one off of him. Mm-hmm. You're gonna play him again at some point.
Baseball needs drama. It needs drama. We have the ABS. Now we got a little bit of drama with the strike zone. This little crotch chop. Okay, buddy. All right, you got me today, but wait till tomorrow.
Mm-hmm.
Every sport has a villain. Everything. You got. I mean, Dylan Brooks was literally sitting on the baseline of a Laker game that he was not playing in, watching LeBron shoot free throws and was smiling when he missed. He's a villain. He had no reason to be there. It was hilarious though. He was watching a man lose in 4-0 fashion and was there to just laugh. And people are like, that's so immature. Is it? He got the money.
I mean, it probably is.
There.
But
what difference does it make? It made for good content. And so did this.
He'll do whatever you allow him to do.
Yeah,
there you go.
true.
If you don't like it, play better.
Just handle your business.
Yeah. If that would have happened, definitely in the 90s, definitely in the 80s. I mean, who is the batter? I forget. Oh, it was a pretty big name too. Got thrown at and then laid down a perfect bunt right down the first base line.
Was it Albert Bell?
No. This is a while ago. This is a long time ago. So the pitcher had to go field the ball, and then he went in and just hammered him
right at the pitcher.
Yeah, hammered him.
See, that's handling your business.
So if you're Dustin May, in my opinion,
Lenny Randall.
Lenny Randall, thank you. If you're Dustin May, first one that gets it in the back is Christian Yelich. I think he'd be let off, right? He typically leads off for the Brewers. He's the one that said it was handled. You drill him right in the back. You look at him and go, now it's handled.
Yeah.
And then you turn and you look at the bullpen, which is where your Uribe's at, and you go, that's for you.
What I would love is that someone from the Cardinals bullpen just runs over into the Brewers bullpen and feeds that guy his lunch.
He could do that too.
That'd be great.
That's
Never mind
hockey
running all
style.
the way out, all the way down. Like, no, let's handle this business over here.
Sure.
We're in a cage.
Yeah.
Nobody can get to us. You're all alone with me now.
A little nutty, Jamie, but that's what we expect from you. So I like it.
I like it too.
I'm not going to lie. The whole thing irritated the you-know-what out of me, not because of what he did, but because the Cardinals lost 6-0, and you stare at a pitch, and you have runners on base, and this offense is slightly sputtering right now, and then you mix in, we're having fun over here. I want to have fun. I want one of our guys to do the double chop or triple pump, whatever you want to call it.
2.5.
I want my player to do it.
Yeah.
But no, we're losing 6-0.
I like where your head's at, Marshy.
That's what irritated me. If it would have happened, I would have laughed if it was some other team.
I did laugh. I thought it was hilarious. I thought I was like, that's.
You know what I did? I looked at it and said the Cardinals won't do anything about it.
Yeah,
But that irritates me.
But it irritates me too, Marshy.
It.
And I got into it with Jackson earlier today. Not really got into it. We were talking about something because he's like, well, imagine if we had Wilson Contreras. I go, imagine what? That guy got plunked more time than anybody I've ever seen in the history of baseball, and never once did he confront the pitcher.
Yeah, he was thinking about it, though.
Oh, yeah. And Alec Burleson's like, oh, yeah, well, if I would have seen it, I don't know what I would have done.
Why I oughta.
Come on, man. You're standing on the field with the dude. Like, you can tell me you're looking at the ABS challenge. I can see a guy's hip thrusting in my rearview mirror here. Like, come on.
I did.
Step up.
Did you just hip thrust me?
I wish he would have done the thrust and it was a ball.
That
would've been great.
was
That
a big
would've been
break.
the funny
That
part.
would have been a ball.
But it was a strike. And
It was
I don't,
barely a strike,
I don't think
too.
you need to hit anyone. He didn't do anything demonstrative, like in the spirit of
you drill
hurting
him.
somebody.
Are you kidding?
You don't have to hit him. What I'm saying is the next time you smoke one off of him, you do the same thing.
What if you never smoke one off?
Then that's on you.
Your percentages are
Then
way
guess
better
what?
just hitting
Guess
somebody.
what? He should go up there every single time and do the chop if you can't hit the ball off of him. He should. He should embarrass
Well,
the
then
hell
I
out
can't
of
be
you.
responsible for what I do.
Nah, hit the ball. Well,
I might hit something.
why?
Because
Why do you choose violence?
Because it's a quick way from A to B.
There's so much that goes. You and I know this. There's so much that goes along after that.
Yeah, that's it. It's within the game. The most they can do is suspend me. I'm not going to jail on the baseball
Well,
field.
the last thing the Cardinals need to do is
Yeah,
put runners on base. Especially when you've lost 2 back-to-back games to the Brewers and you've lost 3 in a row. Like, the last thing you need to do is put runners on base. So,
I'm doing it. I'm hitting Yelich, especially since he was the one that says it's handled. I'm hitting Yelich, drilling right in the middle of the back.
Yeah.
First bat of the game. Boom.
And
Now it's done. I don't have to do. You don't have to do anything else.
And if we still had Yadi Molina, like as a player, like this is where Yadi would do that. He would stand up behind the plate and basically tell him, listen, you're taking one right now. You guys thought Ollie was going to hit you yesterday?
Right.
It's coming
It's
now.
coming now.
So just
So
lean
buck
into
up.
it and we're done.
Take first. We're done here.
We're done here.
No pitch comm needed. Just drop down
Yeah.
the bird.
Yep.
That means it's on.
Yeah.
Yeah. The bird is the
I
word
truly
I've
believe
heard.
Yadi would have handled it. Like
I do
not
too.
like these guys did.
No. I completely agree. Here is A.J. Brzezinski on foul territory, former Cardinals catcher, on what he heard the whole situation was involving Ollie and whether or not Uribe was right and that Ollie was kind of motioning over to the Brewers dugout, hey, be smart, and then pointing to his ribs. Here's A.J. Brzezinski.
So I talked to Ollie.
Marmol, Cardinals
Ollie
manager.
Marmol. He called me because I was like, hey, before we talk about this, can I get your side of the story?
Sure.
His side of the story was that they thought they were relaying signs from the dugout to the hitters and people on the field. He said he doesn't know, but he said there was people that were suspicious of something somebody was doing in their dugout. He yelled over, hey, stop doing that. That's how someone gets hurt. That's what led to this, because apparently Uribe heard through the grapevine that they yelled out, Christian Yelich and Contreras are going to get hit, which Ollie says he never said. Nobody said anything like that. He just said, hey, you guys need to stop. That's how you get somebody hurt. Like the old school, when we talk about guys out there at second base jumping around, like showing off pitches and this and that. That was how somebody used to get hit. Ollie said, which I agreed with. If I was in the other dugout and there was a coach or somebody that we thought was giving signs, the first thing he said was, you're going to get somebody hurt. Cut that crap out now. And they usually did. And if they didn't, then somebody got smoked. And then the guy who got smoked went to the person in the bench or on second base, like, hey man, cut it. That junk hurts when I get hit. So, but that doesn't happen anymore.
How are they getting signs from the dugout?
I don't know. I didn't want to get it.
That's the real juice.
I didn't ask that question. He didn't know. They didn't know. They just saw they were watching something, and I don't know. He didn't even tell me what they were watching. He just said something in the dugout was fishy.
Are we bringing back what did the Red Sox use?
Red Sox had Apple Watches.
Yeah.
Remember?
Bringing back the watches? Because, see, that stuff is not allowed.
No. I don't know.
I know you're not saying that.
I don't know. I didn't ask because I didn't want to know that answer. Like I didn't want to say, hey, because I'm like, first of all, even if he did tell me, I wouldn't say it anyways.
Mm-hmm. But what, they're getting the dugout seeing a tip on a pitcher?
Apparently, I mean, I guess that's what I would think. Apparently, I don't know.
That part's legal.
Yeah, I just think that they were doing it. I don't know. Listen, I know this. If I was the Cardinals, if I was on a team and there was a guy in their dugout that was doing something that was crazy, and I saw him, that same thing would have been said.
Who's his co-host? It's going on and on and on about like the one part that A.J. Brzezinski's like, look, man, I don't know, don't want to know.
Listen, man. I've said this. There is no more. If you're getting signs stolen, and I know he's talking when he was playing, if you're still getting signs stolen in 2026, you probably deserve it. Because they have a pitch comm, which no one can know except for you and the pitcher what pitch you want. Mm-hmm. So if you're getting signs stolen, then it's your fault and you deserve it because you're probably an idiot. Like if you have that much of a tail. If I know what route is being ran, I'm not going to tell my corner, hey, I don't know what they're running. Don't pick the pass off. No, they're running the post. Safety, stay high. I pick it off.
Yeah.
I know where the ball wants to go. Well, that's not cheating. That's being better on the other side. This situation to me is not. It wasn't a violent act. He was mocking the opposing team, and I have no issue with it. If you're bothered by being mocked, play better, hit the ball harder, and then mock his ass as you walk to first base, as you jog to first base, as you run around the bases. That's it. That's all.
Amen.
I just disagree. Violence is the only way.
It's Fastlane on 101 ESPN. Cardinals currently up 1-0 on the Brewers in the top of the seventh. They're trying to salvage one game and not be swept in Milwaukee. We'll have a breakdown of the game once it's over. For the Avalanche, speaking of over.
Oh, boy.
For the Avalanche, it's over. Is this the beginning of the end, though, of their Stanley Cup window? You may scoff at that given the elite talent, but there's one team in Major League Baseball that may say, you know what? Avalanche, be weary. That's next on 101 ESPN. Carey, I got to get to mentality this week, and I'm looking forward to it because after the weekend, I love the fact that when it comes to having just a laundry list of things that I need to do around the house, feeling great on a Saturday night or Sunday night and still looking forward to playing outside with the kids or even adding to the to-do list, it's all thanks to the fact that I go to Mentality, they up my free testosterone, and they made sure that when it comes to things like energy and drive and motivation, it's all there for me. I know you're feeling a similar way.
Yeah, most people that do get on that testosterone therapy or the peptide therapy, they notice a shift, a rejuvenation, feeling better. 94% of men actually show improvement of feeling better and going forward with their day-to-day exercises, their workouts, their life after work, dealing with their kids and all of those things. And the thing that I love about Mentality, one, they're great people. They are always so kind and so nice when I walk in there. But they also are about real medicine. They're going to tell you exactly what's going on with your body after they run the blood and they get all the test work done. They're going to talk to you in layman's terms and give you exactly what you need to go forward and be the best version of yourself.
My checkups are better now too.
Yeah.
You know, you go for a year, but now I have my blood drawn by Mentality every 5 to 10 weeks to make sure nothing else is going on. And if something does, I know I could bring that to my primary care doctor and say, look, this is what's going on with my health. I can stay way ahead of things. So highly recommend. I know CD does as well. Going to Mentality. They're about real medicine, like CD said. 2 different locations, one in Chesterfield, one in South County. Tell them that CD and Anthony sent you in there. Schedule your appointment with Mentality today at lowtusa.com. Again, that's lowtusa.com. Well, I'm usually not right about things, guys. You know. But I did say that the series between the Avalanche and the Vegas Golden Knights was over midway through the second game of the series. I got receipts.
You said what?
Yeah, I said it was over. Marsh, back me up on this.
You did. I think you were being a little sarcastic about it.
Yeah,
more than
okay.
anything.
Yeah.
I remember posting back-to-back gifs of how it was over. What
They don't count because some of those are tainted.
do you mean they're tainted?
Well, when you get into the makers,
I was sober that night.
you can't prove that. And some of the gifts that you sent might work against you with that.
I said it was over in the second period of the second game. And I was right. And you pushed back on me.
I think you said that because you were going to lose your bet the board pick and you were mad.
That's not true.
So that's hard to believe, right?
I think that's exactly what happened. And maybe you were trying to do that reverse thing where you're like, hey, I haven't been watching. What's going on in Game 6 of the Stanley Cup? Oh, not much, Jamie. Edmonton's
I was on
5-1.
vacation.
I'm sorry. Florida's up 5-1.
That was ridiculous.
They have a chance to come back.
That was ridiculous.
That one comment, I forget what you wrote. Something like, but it doesn't seem that bad, or something like, because it was so out of whack. And you're like, yeah, but it doesn't feel like that.
I said, who are they playing? Who are the Panthers playing?
The Oilers.
The Oilers. I said the Oilers mounted a huge comeback, but they just fell short. It's like 6-2. I'm going to find this.
It was ridiculous.
It was terrible. It really was.
I actually liked the night that I was hammering CD about the Big Ten.
Oh, he was sick. That was
The Big Ten championship game. I was like, this is awful.
I stopped
It was
texting back.
terrible.
I stopped responding.
Oilers have the Panthers exactly where they want them. Worst lead in hockey, 3 goals. Everyone knows
How
that.
the hell did you find that so fast?
Look what happened in Game 4.
He's got a problem.
Because we had the Panthers and they had the Oilers. That was the Ryan Day.
That's the Ryan Day bet.
Here it is right here. Edmonton stormed back, Jamie. Oh, no, hang on. Jamie goes, I missed the end of the game. Who won? And Anthony, Edmonton stormed back, Jamie, but still fell 5-1 tonight. I guess we win.
You guys are
Marshy and CD are going to look good.
And you did. You did both look good with those Ryan Day beards.
CD, ooh, yeah.
Thank you.
You're welcome, CD.
Chocolate Thunder.
I appreciate it.
Anyways, Avalanche
That's Daryl Dawkins.
started 31-2-7 on the season, and they were the clear favorite to win it all. Yet they were swept by Vegas in the Western Conference Final. So my question to you guys, given the fact that Cale Makar did not play in the first 2 games, and he clearly wasn't 100%. Nathan MacKinnon also got hurt in the third game and he played last night, didn't look 100%. Was this playoff collapse just kind of bad injury luck or the beginning of the end for their Stanley Cup window in Colorado?
Wow. A couple things. One, yes, injuries played a part in this, but injuries hit almost every team. Different levels, different degrees of injury, but this was bad. Your 2 best players, I'd say 2 of the top 5 players in the world are on your team, and they were both hurt. That stings. It does. As far as is this the end of their Stanley Cup championship window, I don't think so. Because when you look at the core of their team, it's still McKinnon, Landeskog, Makar, Kadri. Like, you've got some guys still that can play. Problem is, I think you got 1 more year. And then I think you start to see the wheels start to shake a little bit and fall off a little because you're going to start losing some players. Some guys are going to be commanding bigger paychecks. Your goaltending situation you thought was great. I mean, it was regular season. But Jared Bednar refused to go to Blackwood until the very end.
Man, he was great.
And he was great last night.
Wedgwood was not great in the 2 previous games. I was like, but he kept going back to him. So maybe Jared Bednar learned a little something too. But here's what I'll say about the Avs. Nathan MacKinnon is, top 3 player in the NHL? I mean, you got McDavid, you got Draisaitl, you got Kucherov, you got Nathan MacKinnon. Who am I missing? Anybody else that's right there? Like, I'm not putting Celebrini up there yet.
Cole Caulfield.
No.
Top 10.
No.
Who did
Top
you
15.
say? McDavid,
Draisaitl, Kucherov, McKinnon. It's the top 4 players. Maybe Cale Makar is number 5. I mean,
Crosby's still pretty good.
Yeah, but he's not. He's not of that ilk.
Matthew Tkachuk.
He's not of that ilk either. For the point of the exercise here, okay, before we get too derailed, which happens fast, is Nathan McKinnon is a type of teammate that wears on people. He's a hell of an athlete. He's an incredible hockey player. But his demands of his teammates are sometimes a little much. And I know this from talking to people within the organization, including players that are on that current roster. He's the type of guy that walks up to a table of guys having dinner before the game and questions what they're eating and if they'll be ready to play the next day. Because Nathan McKinnon is all about...
That's Arizona Diamondback territory, I'm not going to lie.
But here you got to understand, like from Nathan McKinnon's perspective, he's demanding excellence of himself every day. And then he, as a leader of that team, believes he's doing the right thing by demanding the excellence of everybody else, too, which can be true, but it also can be a lot. And what I saw from Nathan McKinnon in this particular series was signs of frustration from him and his teammates. Every time something went wrong, he's rolling his eyes, slamming his stick, looking at guys, yelling at guys, pointing to where they should be, and then they're yelling back at him. That gets to be a lot after a while. It gets to be a lot. So your window that you're talking about, the regular season's fine. They're just humming through, no big deal. They ran into a Vegas team that played really disciplined, defensive, rugged hockey, and they couldn't penetrate, and the wheels fell off for Nathan McKinnon.
Yeah.
They should trade him.
I don't think you're wrong. I don't.
Where should they trade him?
Honestly, to trade him, you would have to get a massive haul in return.
For sure.
But at some point here, it's got to change. Something has to change in Colorado. Jared Bednar has been there forever. I don't think he's the problem. I don't think he's the problem as the head coach.
He would get scooped up so quick.
He'd be gone. Yeah, someone would fire their coach to hire him. Basically, we've seen that before. And so... But I think sometimes, maybe Nathan McKinnon needs a reset. And Connor McDavid went through this too. We saw some of the behind-the-scenes things and the way he's kind of snapping. Like, at least McKinnon has a Stanley Cup under his belt, but the pressure to be great and to win is a lot for these guys. Which really, that's why you have to tip your cap to guys like Sidney Crosby, who year after year after year after year continues to push himself to the extreme. Demand a lot from his teammates, but still be the most liked guy in the locker room.
So you've always talked about when you were in Phoenix and Wayne Gretzky was your head coach, and you guys had that conversation where you're like, Wayne, we're not you. We can't do everything that you could do.
I said Freddie Sjustrom is not Wayne Gretzky.
How did, when you were teammates with him...
Oh, Fred couldn't do it?
No.
Nah.
What was his demeanor when certain guys... Obviously, there were some great players on that team.
Gretz was incredible. It was incredible. He never talked smack about a teammate, never got mad. If there was something that he could offer you, he did it quietly. Came, sat down beside you on the bench, sat down beside you in the locker room, and said, hey, man, in that second period when we're doing this, what did you see? And I said, oh, well, I actually couldn't really see anything, Wayne. That's why I made that terrible point.
I was out there guessing, Wayne, I'll be honest.
Surprised you couldn't tell.
He would offer some kind of advice, like, hey, instead of getting rid of it so fast, pause, or look this way, or have it, or get the puck on net. Like, he'd have something to say, and it would help. And then you got the greatest player in the world who's not crapping on you. He's asking you, what did you see? He wants to know what level of actual operation you can bring to the table, and then he's offering you a solution.
I think if you are a person that wins multiple championships, you can be overbearing. I think of Michael Jordan, and you talked about Sidney Crosby. I know he's kind of has his quirks, right? Which I'm sure rubs people the wrong way, but he's won 3 cups. So you tend to listen to those guys, even if you don't maybe don't agree completely. But when you've only won 1, and that's, again, it's a team thing. If there's a method to your madness and your method leads to championships, then I think people will be like, he's nuts, but damn it, it works.
Yeah.
And we find a way to win. Nick Saban is nuts in that way. Michael Jordan was nuts in that way, but it leads to multiple championships, and you kind of say, all right, man, you're wearing the hell out of me, but you know what? We're winning championship after championship, year after year after year, and you can kind of accept the being grinded down to a nub if it results in the ultimate prize at the end. But if it's only one time, then I think sometimes people may look at you like, that ain't working, brother. You got to find another way. So I think winning multiple championships and being that caliber of a leader that leads to 2, 3, 4, 5 of them, people will just say, all right, I'll shut up. Maybe you know more than me. But I think when it's just one, it kind of makes people feel a little bit uncomfortable.
Yeah, I would agree. And look, this Colorado team has a couple of President's trophies under their belt, and nothing came of that. So, yeah, I think there's pressure in Colorado to win. I think Nathan McKinnon is feeling a lot of pressure to become one of the elite, to have several cups under his belt and be one of those guys in the Hall of Fame with all these accolades, which he will still get there anyway one day. Mm-hmm. I just think he puts a lot of pressure on himself, and in doing so, I think sometimes it explodes a little bit.
Who is the baseball team that we can compare the Avalanche to?
Thank you, Marshy. Let me land this plane now.
Yes.
Landeskog's 34.
Yeah.
McKinnon's 31. Still in the prime, but 31. Kadri, 36. Brock Nelson, 35. Devon Taves, 32. The core is getting older. Championship windows don't stay open forever. We tend to think because the team wins and they got a lot of elite talent, they're going to win multiple. That's the Chicago Cubs. They won in 2016, but what did we think? They had Kyle Schwarber, they had Chris Bryant, they had Anthony Rizzo, they had Javi Baez, they had Contreras. This team's loaded, and they're just going to win more. And they still only won the one. I wonder if the Avalanche, who won their cup in 2022, followed by repeated playoff disappointments, much like the Cubs, will only win the one, and we'll look back and say, boy, that championship window closed way faster than anybody thought.
Would be a shame.
It would definitely be a shame if it happened to the Avalanche. Same thing that happened to the Cubs. I know we'd all be upset here in St. Louis.
Terrible. How fast can it happen?
Yeah, hopefully next year. It's Fast 10 on 101 ESPN. What's trending is next.
101 ESPN Sports Center.
I'm Andrew Marsh. It's time for a Sports Center update brought to you by Saliga Heating and Cooling. Dustin May took a no-hitter into the 8th inning. That no-hitter is no longer. Runners on first and third with JoJo Romero coming in to pitch for the Cardinals. The Cardinals do lead 1-0 in the bottom of the 8th inning. We'll keep you updated on this one as it all plays out. But we have What's Trending coming up next. I'm Andrew Marsh, and the Sports Center update is brought to you by Saliga Heating and Cooling, a Daikin heating and air conditioning dealer.
Topics in the sports world.
What in the wide, wide world of sports is going on here?
Here's what's trending.
It's a fast lane on 101 ESPN. Time for What's Trending. And unfortunately, here in St. Louis, what's trending is that Dustin May gave up his first hit in the bottom of the 8th inning. And the sad part is it was a play that likely was made by Nathan Church if he's healthy. The ball was hit out to left field on a line. Brian Torres looked like he's in the tough part of the ballpark too. Left field is the only portion of the park right now that's got the sun from the roof still shining in. So Torres is
a lot of excuses.
Torres is in the sun. Ball's hit on a line. It looks like he takes a bad angle to it, and the ball goes over his head. Not an error, certainly not. A play that probably should have been made, and yet Dustin May allows his first hit. He's been pulled, and now the Cardinals are trying to cling on to a 1-0 lead as the Brewers have runners at the corners and JoJo Romero on the bump. That one's tough. Mm-hmm. I played a lot of outfield my time, certainly not in the majors, but
not yet.
Not yet. Thank you. When a ball's hit like that, sometimes it's hard to know how hard it's hit, and it looked like they kind of took off on Torres. And
yeah,
that one
back in the schoolyard when I was playing the outfield as a small child.
Very relatable.
We had a very big oak tree out there in the schoolyard, and as the sun moved around, what happened is it would cast a shadow in certain parts and the sunshine in others, and we used to have trouble picking it up off the bat sometimes, especially off the old aluminum bat.
Sure.
You hear the ping. You're running through the shade into the sun. Sure. Not really sure what's going on there. But
yeah.
So I've been there.
You feel for Torres.
I do.
And for Dustin May. Great. You know what, too? I know this isn't a big deal, but Dustin May's reaction was excellent.
What did I say in here to you guys?
Yep. You don't want to show up a teammate. You don't want to be, and I'm sure he doesn't want to show up a teammate, but I'm sure he wants to just mother fast lane. But he was composed. He goes, ooh, that's tough.
He stayed focused too.
He did.
I said to these guys, I feel like that'll go a long way in the clubhouse.
Oh yeah, I agree. Unbelievable performance nonetheless by Dustin May, trying to get the Cardinals one win to salvage the series in Milwaukee. And again, right now, JoJo Romero on the hill, runners at first and third, less than one out. So now it's not just about Dustin May's no-hitter. It is about winning the game for the Cardinals.
Yeah, you definitely feel bad for Dustin May, and you got to feel bad for Kendall George, who is the number 9 prospect in the Los Angeles Dodgers system. He suffered a significant left knee injury on Monday, and you're probably wondering, well, what happened? Well, he was going back to the dugout, and here comes the Tulsa Drillers' bat dog running out, and he has to leap over the dog and then proceeded to injure himself after leaping over said dog. That is, for me, one of the top 10 most weirdest injuries I've ever seen sports-wise.
At that point, are you not thinking to yourself, I'm unlucky? Like, what are the odds? What are the odds that a dog comes running in, or any sort of animal, and you try to jump over this thing, and you wind up blowing out a knee? Like, if it happens in a game, all right, so be it. It's part of it. But I'm the flipping minor leagues, and they got dogs retrieving the bats, and now I got a busted up knee because of it.
What are you supposed to do? It's a dog.
I know.
You can't get mad at the dog.
No, I'm not getting mad at the dog. I'm just
Everybody
saying.
is not. Some people are afraid of dogs. Like some people are, like depending on where you grew up and how you grew up. Maybe a lot of loose dogs running around.
That's fair.
Some people are definitely afraid of dogs. I don't know if that's his scenario or his case, but everybody is not a dog lover, so to speak, and it's unfortunate trying to get out of the way of a dog. In the back.
We've seen worse too. Documentaries in which a dog jumps in front of a ball, potential goal kick, game-winning goal kick.
Yeah, ruined, at least for a short period of time, that player's psyche.
Yep.
Some people thought he had the yips, which you're not supposed to say.
Yep.
But luckily that was all taken care of. But yeah, Carey, to your point, same documentary, there was one guy who was actually afraid of dogs growing up. And then as he got older, he ended up taking care of that dog that he was afraid of because the old man that lived next door was sick. And he ended up becoming best friends with that dog. So things change.
It's a great life lesson. Great life lesson.
Yeah.
By the way.
Well, he was trying to jump out of the way of the dog. The dog took off, sprinted, pretty much right at him.
Well, the dog has a job to do, Carey. So go
true.
get that damn bat as fast as he can.
I understand that.
He's been trained well.
The Cardinals.
Guy should have known the dog was there.
The Brewers have tied the game, and they just went up on a Mason Wynn error. Could have got out of it. Could have got it. Not an easy play. He's going to his left, but it's one that Mason Wynn has made countless times before.
The defense in this bottom of the eighth inning has been highly suspect. I don't know if you saw the bunt that the Brewers dropped
terrible.
down. A little miscommunication on that as well. That led to Rendifo getting on base.
Yeah.
Not a great inning all around in the eighth inning.
Fundamentally, not great.
And we were just joking around, what was it, last week or 2 weeks ago, and kind of hee ha ha. How about the Athletics? They had a no-hitter in the ninth inning and got walked off by the Angels.
That was still worse.
That was very worse, yes. But still, this is a close second.
This is gut-wrenching for Dustin May. Had a
Now he
no-hitter.
can't get the win.
No.
Well, now he's not in line for the loss, though, because of the force out.
Correct. Yeah, so Joe Romero still pitching. I mean, he did his job. And he did give up the base hit to tie the game. But again, Mason Wynn makes that play nine times out of 10. Ranged up the middle, could not make the play, couldn't get a handle on it. And now the Brewers are up 2-1 in the bottom of the eighth. Hopefully the Cardinals can get out of this and then tie the game. It's rough. It's been a bad series in Milwaukee. The stupid Brewers keep winning. All right, it's Fast Lane on 101 ESPN. Is LeBron completely out of touch with where he's at in his career? Probably. We'll tell you why next on 101 ESPN. last night on 101 ESPN. Cardinals right now batting in the top of the ninth inning. There's one out. Brewers up 2-1, and their closer McGill's in. Could be a sweep for Milwaukee if the Cardinals don't have a little late game magic. Brad Thompson will join us in a little bit, help break down this game. A lot of different storylines certainly to come out of the series and this game in particular. LeBron James, LeBron's camp would reportedly want an explanation from the Lakers if they offer him anything less than a max contract. That's according to Brian Windhorst at ESPN. So again, LeBron's camp would reportedly want an explanation from the Lakers if they offer him anything less than a max contract. Windhorst noted that James and his camp want the Lakers to make that contract offer, and if it's anything less than the maximum, they want the Lakers to explain why and what other players they're going to target with the money that they saved. Here's Kenny Smith on First Take. This was back on May 15th, talking first about whether or not the Lakers have taken LeBron for granted.
Well, I've been blessed to play with two of the greatest players that I feel has ever played in the game. And in college, I played with Michael Jordan, and in the NBA with Hakeem Olajuwon. And never, ever in their tenures that I played with them, I heard the word "my team" or "taken for granted," because the things that they worried about were not cookies. It just wasn't cookies, or seats on the plane, or seats in the stands and where they go. And if you ask me, did the Lakers take him for granted, I would say no, because when he wanted Anthony Davis to be there, there's somebody who could help him win a championship. They went out and figured out a way to get him. When they needed to make another trade and they brought Luka Doncic into the fold, they did it. When they needed Rui Hachimura, when they needed Rui, a guy who could be at the small forward. And when they needed to draft your son, they did it. So those are the things that make you take it for granted or not. Are you doing things to help me win championships? And so I would say, Rob Pelinka, he gets a lot of flack. However, he's made moves to always keep the team relevant.
Again, that was Kenny Smith on First Take. That was back on May 15th. Absolutely nailed it. So the question that we posed is LeBron completely out of touch with where he's at in his career? I would say, yeah.
Yeah, it's weird, and to hear other NBA players talk about other great players. That LeBron is an outstanding player. He's one of the top 5, top 3, top 2, whatever you want to consider it. He ain't top 1 in my opinion, but there are some people that believe that. To have the notion that something is owed to you when, as Kenny the Jet Smith just said, your entire tenure there, they have moved things around for your benefit to try to make it so that your team could win a championship, to try to create the best roster or the best players that can help you win a championship. And you've won one since you've been there, but you haven't won more than that. And so you have Luka. You had Anthony Davis. They did draft your son. They did bring in different players. They hired the coach that you wanted in J.J. Redick because you wanted him, right? They have done a multitude of things to try to appease LeBron. And now, according to Brian Windhorst, your camp is saying you need to give us more. You need to tell us if you're not going to pay me $55 million, well, where's the other 10 going? Or where's the other 20 going? Or who are you going to pay so that I can play with those guys? And otherwise, it's almost like you're holding the team hostage year after year, and you're holding it over their head. If you're not going to tell us, then we're going to leave. Mm-hmm. Well, then at some point, the team has to do what's best for the team, which in my opinion is why they went out and got a Luka Doncic, because they do need a face of the franchise. And guess who it's not anymore? It is no longer LeBron James, and that's okay. He even mentioned it at the end of the season that he's never been the third option on the team in his entire life, and that's true. But you are now. Mm-hmm. If you want to go back to L.A., and if you choose to go back to L.A., you're going to be the third option if they bring Austin Reeves back. Luka Doncic is number 1. Let's not make any mistakes about it. So it's just weird to the narrative. And I think LeBron is a fantastic basketball player. He's probably a great human being. I know he's done a ton of things in the community. He's a philanthropist. He's done so many things to help people in Akron and has a school. He's all of those things, but he's also this. And to separate the two, I think it's hard for people to do at times. And this is the part of LeBron or his camp that makes people feel like, what the hell are you doing, brother?
Yeah.
Like, it's kind of weird, I think, in some people's opinion.
Yeah, so I think that LeBron, all the things you said, I'll echo that. But my opinion is I think LeBron feels like in order to still be viewed as one of the greats of all time, like you have to recognize him as great at all times. And the number one way you can do that is compensation. Well, if I'm LeBron James, if I am the GOAT of this era, you will pay me a max contract unless you can prove to me that you can go win me another championship, because he's already said have not used to being the third option on the team, which means he is not actively going to win you a championship on his own.
Right.
So therefore, you got to go build a team around him to make sure he wins again, because that's what he wants, is for his ego, I guess, or his greatness. Call it whatever you want, whatever word you use. All roads lead back to LeBron. I've said this for years, and this is strictly talking basketball. The rest of his life, he's done great charitable work. Carey mentioned all of that. When it comes to basketball, you need not look any further than when he held that stupid-ass press conference with the decision. That had nothing to do with anything else except for, look at me. I'm the next one. I'm the next GOAT. I'm the next great superstar. That's all that screamed. And he's had success. He's one of the greatest players of all time. I will never, ever dispute that with anybody. But he has this aura around him that it is all about LeBron James. Mm-hmm. And this doesn't help him.
No, it doesn't.
If I'm 40-some years old and I'm a depth guy, a solid depth guy on my team, I'm encouraging the team, hey, listen, I've made $600 million in basketball salary over the course of my lifetime, never mind everything else. I'm good. Just give me something that keeps me fair, but let's go take that money. Let's go get this guy. Let's go get that guy. Like, if you really want the team to build around you or to give you a championship, give them the resources to do it.
Right.
And he's saying, if you're doing that, tell me who you're going to get. Like, it's almost like me first. Clear it with me first before. That's how it sounds. Oof. And it's to me, it's a lot. It's always a lot. It feels like at times with LeBron James, like Jamie just said, the decision, I didn't have a problem with it. I thought it was, whatever. You do it at the Boys and Girls Club. If you're donating money, fine. When Kenny Smith is talking about cookies, he said, I've never heard star athletes talk about cookies. He's talking about LeBron James on the Miami Heat team. And one of the reasons that they say he didn't want to go back is because Pat Riley removed the cookies off of the plane. Like, he took cookies off of the plane, and that pissed LeBron off. That was one of the things that they have said as to why he didn't want to go back to Miami and play with that team. So, it's a lot of weird things at times, and I don't think it has to be, because I think your play on the court, who you are as an individual off the court, it speaks volumes. You don't have to always be at the forefront or try to put yourself in that spot. I think you've done enough in your career to say, this is where I am, this is who I am. And you also have to be comfortable in your own skin that everybody does not agree with one set of rules. It's not that you're the number one player of all time. And if somebody doesn't agree with that, that's their opinion. And you don't think that way about yourself, that's all that matters. Yeah. So at times it seems a little bit weird. And this is definitely an interesting thing. We'll see where LeBron ends up next year, because I guess if the Lakers don't tell him who they're bringing in, he's not going to be there.
Anthony, we got a text from the president of Special Projects. Glad we're talking NBA after that Birds game. Nice program.
So LeBron, this is somebody that has had his games from high school shown.
Yeah.
His high school games were on TV. It's a little tough, I think, at some point to say, hey, you can't be the center of attention, you can't get everything you want. You're going to have to transition to the later part of his career. It would benefit him, though.
Yeah.
It would benefit him if he were to do that. And if I'm the Lakers, I say, look, here's the contract. It's not going to be max, because you have to decide. Either you want a max deal at this point in your career, or you want us to surround you with the best team. That's it. Those are two options.
And we're not asking your opinion on who you want here.
Correct. Exactly. It's the Fast Lane on 101 ESPN. Cardinals lose an absolute heartbreaker 2 minutes ago. Yoel Poso struck out in a pinch hit opportunity and the Cardinals wasted an absolute gem from Dustin May. We'll break it all down next on 101 ESPN. Time check is brought to you by Clarkson Jewelers, an officially licensed Rolex jeweler. Frustrating day in Milwaukee. Frustrating couple of days in Milwaukee as the Cardinals lose today 2-1. The offense, atrocious. It was atrocious in this series. It's one thing to get completely dominated by the Miz. It's quite another to be, I think, 0 for 17 when it was all said and done. Maybe 0 for 18.
0 for 17 with runners in scoring position.
There you go. 0 for 17
throughout
with runners.
The series.
Oh, thank you. Not today. That would be even worse.
Today was 0 for 10.
0 for 10. There you go. But listen, they've left a small army on the base pass in this series, so the offense was terrible. They also wasted an absolute gem from Dustin May. He goes 7 innings, allows 2 hits, 1 earned run, struck out 9, carried a no-hitter into the 8th inning before he was relieved by Jojo Romero, who unfortunately gave up the game-tying and game-winning runs, aided by a Mason Wynn error at shortstop. In fact, the Cardinals had 2 errors in the game. They lose 2-1. And just based on what I'm seeing right now in the snake pit, guys, Cardinals fans, some Cardinals fans have already flipped to like worst case scenario. This is the team that we all thought they were. 29-25, fire everybody, trade Jordan Walker, see what you can get. Like, that's where some Cardinals fans are right now. I mean, it has been a dramatic turnaround. And I don't blame you for being frustrated, but like it's kind of insane that we've jumped to, boy, this team is really exciting to, they can't do a damn thing, fire everybody.
This is why you do what you feel like doing in life. You think you can't listen to everybody. Right, Jamie?
This is true.
You gotta be steadfast in your approach of things. Go forward. Don't listen to the naysayers. Don't listen to the people that pat you on your back. Don't listen to the people that kick you when you're down. You just keep going forward in life, man. Mm-hmm. Because you're always gonna have somebody. The minute you fumble or stall or stumble, you know they're gonna say, hey, "Look, I told you can do it." Mm-hmm. You just get up, dust yourself off. You just keep marching along, and that's what I think the Cardinals are gonna do. Don't worry about this. So it's a bad series. You didn't perform. I mean, you faced The Miz, who is, outstanding. Last I checked, I think, the Cardinals are still second in the division. That ain't bad for a team that most people expected to finish, last in the division. They're still, 4 or 5 games above 500? I don't know. Most people thought they'd be 8 to 10 games under 500. Mm-hmm. They have a young player who is on the MVP watch list at this moment. I don't think anybody would have said that going into the season. There are a lot of things that took place and have taken place that are really good so far this season.
Yeah.
Stop complaining, people. Like, just find some joy and happiness. And I've said this, if you're going to ride the roller coaster of every single game in baseball,
that's going to be tough.
Good luck with your mental health and well-being.
Yeah, I don't know. You're right. It's baseball. I don't know what to tell you. Over 162 games, you're going to have streaks, both good and bad. The Chicago Cubs, the team that the majority of people here locally and, of course, nationally predicted to win the National League Central, are now in the midst of their second this season 10-game losing streak. The Cubs have lost 10 straight.
Oh, man.
It's the first time since 2021 they've been this bad.
You hate to see it.
2 separate 10-game winning streaks. Now a 10-game losing streak. I'm sorry. So it's not their second 10-game losing streak. Excuse me. They've had 2 separate 10-game winning streaks. Now they're in the midst of a 10-game losing streak.
They're still 3 games above 500.
Okay, and the Cardinals right now, and this isn't in reaction to you, Carey, but the Cubs are 3 games above 500. The Cardinals are 4 games above 500. The team that, as you noted, a lot of people predicted to finish no higher than 4th in the division, let alone be in second place. It's baseball. You're going to have positive streaks. You're going to have bad streaks. Some of your offense is going to go cold. The Tampa Bay Rays were winning and putting up runs in bushes, man. And not bushes. What's the phrase? Bundles and bushes.
What about bunches? You thinking of bushels?
Bunch of runs that they have compiled in bundles over the last couple of weeks. Now their offense is stagnated. They've dropped 2 in Baltimore. So it's going to be a roller coaster throughout the course of an entire season. Like Carey said, if you're going to ride it every single game, you're going to be exhausted.
Here's the problem, I think, for some Cardinals fans is they looked at this as a massive opportunity. I think some people thought coming into the Milwaukee series, the Cardinals could leapfrog the Brewers. The Cardinals could find first place. And I like the thinking.
That's a win in and of itself.
But the Brewers are a really good team. As much as we don't like the Brewers, they just consistently for the last, I don't know how many years, they're there. They're at the top of the leaderboard. They don't get rattled. They're pretty steady. They keep finding talent. They keep drafting players and developing them. We know they're not signing the huge free agents. There's nothing flashy about what they do. And I think people were excited. I think that's what happens. And it's a good thing. Because to your point, Anthony, at the start of the season, you're like, well, we would have thought we'd have taken, being 6 or 7 games under 500 was probably where we thought we'd be. Mm-hmm. We were so far ahead of that people got excited for this big showdown with the Brewers, the NL Central showdown.
Yeah.
And you got swept. You got swept.
Mm-hmm. You're not on Milwaukee's level.
You're not yet.
Does that shock anybody?
No.
At the start of the season, if I say, hey, guys, you're not on Milwaukee's level, what would you think?
We said, no kidding. Okay.
But I don't even know that means that this sweep means that, like, you were in this last game. You weren't in the first game. You were in the first game. You weren't in the game, too. Miz was lights out. Like, that is what it is. You were in this game. But your offense didn't give you enough. And Dustin May had an outstanding performance, and it went, by the wayside because he was unable to get the win, unable to get the no-hitter. But I still think every single game that this Cardinals team is playing in, I feel like they're in the game. They have a chance to win that game. And going into this year, I don't think I would have thought. I definitely would have thought that. Would not have thought that, and I would not have said that.
Yeah.
But right now, you're looking at a team that you feel confident that something good is going to happen. Even when Poso is up, you're like, okay, runner on second base, Poso is up, man, and he struck out. But that's baseball. And again, if you are frustrated, they could win the next 3 games, and then people will be on the high. They could sweep the Cubs. And then people are we're back, baby.
But by the way,
I think that's a dangerous way to live life.
Especially if you're a baseball fan.
It's better. I would rather go with and ride the roller coaster and live and die by every game than not care. Like, this team could be in a situation where people don't care, but they put themselves in a situation in late May to where people are caring about every single game.
Yes.
Which I think is a good thing. Now, it might be exhausting for a full 162, but I'd rather do that than not care by mid-June.
Yes, I agree.
I'd rather do that. That's just my opinion. Plus, the last time the Cardinals got swept, they bounced back.
Right.
They bounced back when they got swept by Seattle.
I'm not telling you, by the way, not to be frustrated. That's a good thing that you're frustrated. I'm frustrated. I'm frustrated by this series. I'm frustrated by the fact that you blew today's game. You had every opportunity to get the one back that you lost last night and salvage one game in the series, and you blew it. Offense was terrible. I'm not telling you not to be frustrated. What I am telling you to do, though, is if you think that the Cardinals are somehow special and over not having losing streaks of their own, not having bad spells on offense, you're delusional. Look around Major League Baseball. The freaking Boston Red Sox can't win a game at Fenway. They're 8-18. That's a team that a lot of people thought, they were going to be pretty good this year. The Toronto Blue Jays went to the World Series last year. They're 26-29 right now. Sorry, Mama Rivers. The Detroit Tigers, a lot of people thought, maybe they can make a run, go to the World Series. They're 21-34. They can't stay healthy at all. They're ace. Gonna be out for a while. Guy they signed for Amber Valdez, kind of a knucklehead, but still the one stabilizing force. Houston Astros just finally started to turn around a little bit. They're 24-32. The New York Mets are 22-33. Barely got off the mat after a pretty good spell recently.
They were struggling, huh?
You're not special because you're in a bit of a funk right now.
Yeah.
It's baseball.
It is, and they just need to.
5 letters here, just for everybody out there in Packerland and yourself today. RELAX. Relax.
Although if you're a Packer fan, you might not want to relax right now.
They just substitute the Packers with the Cardinals.
What happened to the Packers?
Josh Jacobs got in a little trouble.
A little bit.
A little bit.
Good news, he's out of jail.
Got to make better decisions with. Tony Dungy had like some really good life advice when I first got to Indianapolis. He said, "Man, hey fellas, nothing good happens after 2 a.m."
Yep.
I don't know if this instance. Be careful with women, alcohol, cars. Things can get you in trouble. If you combine all three of those at 2 a.m. Now I don't know if Josh Jacobs was out at 2 a.m.
I don't know.
He was in jail probably around that time.
Probably.
Yeah. He's out now, though, as you said.
Yeah. All right, Brad Thompson's going to join us next. We'll talk to BT about Dustin May's start today and, of course, what has transpired with the Cardinals offense. It's next with Brad Thompson here on 101 ESPN.
FanDuel is giving you better payouts on same-game parlays all NBA playoffs long with more ways to build and more value every time you play. You can stack your picks your way for every game, every matchup, every moment, from spreads to player points to threes and more. Build it all into one same-game parlay and go for bigger payouts. And the Western Conference Finals is still going on. Stephon Castle, maybe you want to take him over in points. Maybe you want to take SGA over in points, rebounds, and assists. And Victor Wembanyama, maybe you like him over in rebounds. It's been a great series so far. Continue to watch it. So if you're betting same-game parlays this NBA season, bet them on FanDuel. More options, better payouts all NBA playoffs long. Head to FanDuel.com/local to get started. FanDuel, an official partner of the NBA. Play your game. Must be 21 plus and present in Missouri. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
We're talking everything Redbirds with Cardinals TV analyst Brad Thompson on 101 ESPN. BT is presented by Buffalo Wild Wings, the ultimate home run for wings and wins.
Cardinals drop a heartbreaker today at American Family Field. And joining us right now to talk about it, as he does each and every Wednesday here in the Fastlanes, our good buddy Brad Thompson, who was on the call for Cardinals TV. Cardinals, again, lose 2-1 today. BT, I don't know. There's a bunch of different ways we can go with this series overall, but let's just start with Dustin May. Let's start on a positive note. Was there at any point in this game, and I apologize if you mentioned in the broadcast we had you on, but no audio, is there any point during the game where you felt as though that Dustin May was locked in and it could be maybe a special day for the veteran?
Yeah, dude, I was doing all of my Bud Smith research, September 3rd, 2011, like all of that good stuff. I had it all dialed in, thought we were going to talk about history again. That was as good as we've seen May, man. So it was pretty evident early how good this stuff was for him. He was punching tickets early and often. The fastball had great life to it. The sweeper was outstanding. And certainly once you get past the fifth inning and you still haven't surrendered a hit, you start thinking about those things. So it was up until that eighth inning, that was a freaking blast of a ball game. Like, that was a lot of fun to watch. A pitcher's duel in this one, little different approaches. Cardinals with a traditional starter in May, bit of a bullpen game for the Brewers. But, damn, I mean, he looked so good, punched 9 tickets in this one, didn't walk anybody. So, yeah, it was definitely thinking it was going to be a special day here for Dustin. Man, it still ends up being a great day for him personally, just not for the Cardinals team.
BT, I want to go back a couple games here. I just want to get your take on it because obviously you're a former pitcher in the majors. And, you're Matthew Liberatore. A little bit of a shaky start to the game, but then you find your rhythm. You get a bunch of punch-outs throughout the game. But the guy across from you is just out of this world on that day. And, I mean, he's throwing grease BBs out there. As a pitcher, when you're matched up against the other pitcher, I know it's not like head-to-head, like mano-a-mano, but it kind of is. How do you not get inside your own head?
Yeah, it's a great question because you're right. Like, you're facing, as a pitcher, you're facing the Brewers lineup. You're not facing Jacob Mizorowski, but you do realize that if you give up a run or two, that guy on the other side can probably make it stand up, and that ended up being the case. Like, he gave up 3 in the first inning. It was a leadoff walk of Jackson Churio. I believe Contreras had an RBI single, and then Yelich with the 2-run home run, 3-run first. And for Mizorowski, that's like a big old comfy pillow to lay on because that dude ain't giving up anything to anybody. You do credit Matthew Liberatore. I thought that he settled down very well in that ball game, gave up the 3. That was it. Struck out a career-high 10 for him. You try not to let it creep in, but I mean, Jamie, you know who's on the other side. You know how hard offense is going to be to come by. And then the same thing with the ball game yesterday. Although not quite as dominant of a performance, Kyle Harrison, has been putting up ridiculous numbers on the season. He only struck out 2, but he worked 6 scoreless. Like, if you give up anything, you're in trouble. Unfortunately for McGreevy, it was that big 5th inning. So a couple of things that the Cardinals would love to be able to just kind of nip in the bud real quick is the big inning has been won. The big inning was the 5th against McGreevy. It was the first against Matthew Liberatore. And then the woes with runners in scoring position, especially in this past series, those 2 bit you.
BT, I wanted to talk about yesterday's game as well, and one of the big news topics that came out of that was Abner Uribe doing his DX chop towards the Cardinals dugout. I didn't think it was anything wrong with it. I feel like if you don't like it, hit the ball and then do the same thing to him when you are rounding the bases. What were your thoughts on that, and who was it directed at specifically?
No, man, I didn't even see any of that stuff. No, definitely noticed it. So here's my thing with some of the celebrations, because I'm all about, let the kids play. That stuff's fun. One, pick a spot. You're in a 6-run ball game, and I'm sure, there are going to be times where you're going to want to give maybe a chop. I don't know if you need 3 of them directed right at the dugout. Look, Abner talked about it, and he, said that his intention was it was towards Ollie. Ollie had back and forth with them. I'll only talk about stuff that I've read reported rather than stuff that I've heard. But look, these two sides don't seem to enjoy each other's company very much, right? So it was one where I do believe that with Uribe doing what he did, I personally expected something to happen pretty quickly. It didn't happen, and then you're not going to do it after everything blows up. Like, it would have set up perfectly if you wanted to go after and get Christian Yelich with 2 outs in the 9th inning and just, hey, you did that, we do this, it's over. And I don't know if you saw the take of Christian Yelich on that first pitch, but he was waiting for it, and he kind of got out of the way a little bit, and it was 95 down the middle instead of, somewhere else. But it's part of the game. I don't mind bad blood. I don't know about you guys. I
said the same thing.
Enjoy it. I can't wait for these two teams to face each other again. So I thought it was a bit much for Abner Uribe to do that. Obviously, Pat Murphy talked about it, said it's unacceptable. That's not how we do things around here. But, yeah, who knows what that looks like in the future. But I am all for the game kind of policing itself a little bit rather than being legislated other ways.
Brad Thompson joining us here in the Fast Lane on 101 at ESPN following the 2-1 loss to the Brewers today. Unfortunately, the Cardinals get swept in Milwaukee, and one of the things that has stood out, BT, recently is the slump going on right now by the Cardinals offense. Outside of the fact that the runners in scoring position just, rough overall in this series, what else are you seeing right now with this lineup?
Well, what you're seeing is, and there have been, when you run into Mizrowski and Harrison, those are kind of outliers the way that they've been throwing. But really, it's 2 lineups. It's 1 through 4, and then it's 5 through 9. 1 through 4 overall, and we're talking about a larger sample size of maybe the month of May, you feel pretty comfortable about the top of your order. 5 through 9, the Cardinals' offense just has not been getting it done, and obviously there are outliers throughout that. But in bulk, that's kind of what it feels like. So when the Cardinals offense was popping in the first month plus, March, April, they were getting contributions from the bottom, and then the guys at the top of the order were able to drive them in and make it hurt. Make it hurt the other side. That just hasn't been the case here this last month. Certainly the case here, in this series, nobody could really get anything going. 0 for 17 with runners in scoring position. So going to have to figure out a way to provide a little bit more depth in this lineup. Hopefully the addition of Lars Nootbaar as he makes his way back, that can help. Hopefully the addition maybe even of getting Church back. We had the injury update today during the ball game that he won't miss much time. Imaging came back okay on his shoulder. But they're just going to have to figure out different ways to be creative and score. I feel like I think it's fair to say the first month, averaging 5+ runs a game for the Cardinals offense was probably punching a little bit above their weight. But I still think that the offense is a lot better than they've shown here as of late.
BT, how quickly do the Cardinals have to forget about this series against Milwaukee? Because they got on deck, you got the Cubs coming in here for 3. You get a little bit of a breather with Texas, and then again, you got Cincinnati. You have a lot of NL Central opponents here in a very short period of time.
Yeah, you can't dwell on it. Like it doesn't matter what the sport is. If you're thinking about the game that was yesterday, you're not totally focused on what you should be focused on. It's the task at hand, and that's something that I've credited this team with through the good times and the bad. Like they could have a great game, awesome approach, and then the next day they're not talking about that at all. They're talking about, all right, how do we attack this starter? How do I attack this lineup from a pitching standpoint? So I'm not concerned about them like hanging on this series. You're upset about it. You want to win, but you're not going to concern yourself. You're going to concern yourself with, hey, who's going for the Cubs on Friday? How do we get to them? Cubs have been reeling as of late. They've dropped 10 straight. I know they play the Pirates this evening, so hopefully you're catching them on one of those downturns. You're able to punch them early. But, Jamie, I expect the atmosphere at Busch Stadium to be awesome. It already was in the last week with the Tarps Off crew. I know I'll see you out there. You're a card-carrying member. And, I think it's going to be an awesome week in St. Louis.
BT, when you're watching this team, I think we have a lot of fans that are watching daily, and I know you've done this show, so you know the sky is falling when three games are lost in a row or a series is lost.
Sure.
But if you're talking to the fan base of this Cardinals team, this team has been outstanding thus far. How do you expect this season to fare? And do you expect this team to continue to play above 500 baseball?
Yeah, look, a couple of things, right? One has been laid out a few times and even printed on a T-shirt. Be patient. I just like to throw that one in whenever I can. But what my expectations for the season are, and I think I told you guys this before the season, and maybe as we go, like there's going to be roller coaster rides. That's what you get when you have the youngest roster in baseball. you're going to have highs, you're going to have lows, and the answer oftentimes will end up being in the middle for this club. So we've seen like two polar different teams really early in this season. We just talked about the offense scoring about 5 runs per game early in the season. Now they're at about 3.5-ish in the month of May. But then the pitching has been a lot better, especially the starting pitching, right? So you hope that you find that sweet spot in the season where the two end up clicking together. Offensively, you're rolling and your pitching staff is rolling. But when you have a young roster, Carey, dude, you're going to have these. You're going to have some up and down, some waves. And then the big key is on an individual basis, because baseball, while a team sport, is a largely individual game, that guys are learning. They're learning along the way. They're getting better and better throughout the long season, and you start to see just kind of different results click. But it's going to be a ride. It's not going to be smooth sailing the whole way.
BT, we know you just called an entire game, did a little post game, and now broke it down with us. We appreciate you. Thank you for your time, and we'll check back with you again next week.
Absolutely, guys. I miss seeing you. One of these days, I need to just get my butt into studio. It's been too long.
Man, we'd love to see you. You're always welcome here. Absolutely.
All right, I'm coming in. All right, boys. I'll see you next week.
See you, brother. Thank you. That's our guy, Brad Thompson, 2006 World Series champion, now alongside Chip Kelly. Chip Kelly probably could
he might
call
be calling games right now. Who knows what is Chip doing? Does he have a job?
We're going to let go by the Raiders.
I'm sure he's getting paid. Chip Kelly is.
He's with Northwestern. He's
to greatness.
Probably should have just stayed at Ohio State.
Maybe. Yeah,
probably. Then where would already the party be?
Nah.
Oh, he'll get a job.
You know what?
People need that FedEx.
Actually, you're right. I'm happy that Chip Kelly left because then the domino effect is already the party getting an outstanding job for the Ohio State University, and I mean that works two ways for me, brother. And that's a win-win.
That helps
he
Illinois.
goes to Ohio State and he leaves Pittsburgh. That is a win-win for my Steelers and my Illini.
Yeah. And if anybody in the area is a parent and maybe their kid plays tight end, they have a real shot to go to Ohio State.
You should go to Ohio State.
Yeah.
He's going to use every
last one of you.
Every one of y'all.
Not good for Iowa, though.
No.
Not good.
No, they like their tight ends.
They do.
And they like their tight ends to be quiet. They like, honestly, all their players just to shut their mouths and not show any sort of emotion
just
ever.
Be a robot.
Yep.
Cookie cutter type of program they have over there. One size fits all. Everybody does the same thing. You just can't tell them apart.
That's right.
Yep.
It's Fastlane on 101 ESPN. Any questions there, Jamie?
No,
You're confused.
I'm good.
I always they do things a little different there, man.
We got Prove Me Wrong coming up. This is where you can send in a statement in which you would like to see Jamie, Carey, or me have to prove wrong in the eyes of our judge, Andrew Marsh. Prove Me Wrong. Statements can be sent into the Air Comfort Service text line at 314-399-9646. We'll do that next in the Fastlane.
101 ESPN Sports Center.
I'm Andrew Marsh. It's time for a Sports Center update brought to you by Universal Windows Direct. The Cardinals lose a heartbreaker today. Dustin May had a no-hitter going into the 8th inning, and the Cardinals lose. They get swept by the Milwaukee Brewers. So now the Cardinals will turn their sights to the Chicago Cubs as they will take on the Cubs this weekend. The Vegas Golden Knights punched their ticket to the Stanley Cup final, and they will await the winner of the Canadians and Hurricanes series in the Eastern Conference Final. You can listen to Game 4 right here on 101 ESPN tonight. Pregame starts at 6:30. Puck drop is at 7. Coming up next, we have Prove Me Wrong. So if you have a Prove Me Wrong statement you want to send our way, do so using the Air Comfort Service text line 314-399-9646. We'll play Prove Me Wrong next. I'm Andrew Marsh, and the Sports Center update is brought to you by Universal Windows Direct. You'll be saying, I love my windows.
Prove me wrong, kids. Prove me wrong.
All right, it's Fastlane on 101 ESPN. Time for Prove Me Wrong. This is where you, listener, can send in your Prove Me Wrong statements. Anything that you want to see Carey, Jamie, or me have to prove wrong in the eyes of Judge Andrew Marsh. Judge, how you doing today?
I'm doing great.
Appreciate you.
How are you doing today?
I'm doing good. I'm doing good. I don't. My co-counsel looks to be in fine spirits as well.
Thank you, Anthony.
Or he's been drinking spirits. I don't know. Either way.
Not yet.
Probably
Not
the
yet.
latter.
Not yet. Mhm.
No, not yet.
Oh, not yet. Not yet.
I don't drink until at least dinner time.
Until 6:01.
When I do.
7:01.
7:01.
Nah, usually depends. Yeah, like tonight, probably be like 7:30-ish. Like not like planning it, but
Yeah.
Once the Canadians are down 2-0 in the first
Oh,
period.
Snapdragon.
no. They'll only be down 1-0, but they'll be outshot 34-2.
Surprised you gave him 2.
A couple of dump-ins.
It somehow went to the net.
Shoot on net, keep the goalie honest, you know?
Yeah.
It'll be stat corrected after the game.
Yeah, well, Marshall hit his bet.
All right, let's start off with the 314. Prove me wrong. Basketball has the easiest playoffs of the 4 major sports.
Easiest playoffs?
It's got to be football, Judge.
I mean,
The reason being is that there's only one game. You don't have an entire series.
have a play-in tournament,
There's no
anything like
play-in
that?
tournament. Yeah, you have the one game, and in one game, obviously, anything can happen. So I do think that it's the NFL when it comes to the 4 major sports. It doesn't involve a series, and over the course of a series, of course, if you are the better team, more times than not, you'll be able to win 4 out of those 7 or 3 out of the 5, depending on what the series is. One game, though, you could be the best team. You have a horrible game.
Yeah.
So I'd say the easiest would likely be the NFL.
Whoa.
You kidding me?
Whoa.
You kidding me?
I'm not, sir. No, I was not kidding.
Whoa.
Yeah, I completed the paper. I completed the paperwork. I
actually believed
turned it in.
everything you said, and I was right there with you.
It made
thanks,
quite a
yes.
bit of sense, actually.
Judge, what were you thinking?
Judge, your concerns.
Well, I'm thinking, you mentioned one game.
Mm-hmm.
That's it. You have one game. You could have a bad game, and your season is over. Whereas if you have one bad game, well, you get other opportunities, at least 3 more opportunities to not have a bad game and move on.
Sure.
We gotta regroup, guys.
Plus, you have teams in the playoffs that have an under 500 record. Where do you see that in any other sport?
Wait, which are you saying?
Football?
In football, it's under 500?
Well, that has happened before.
Yeah.
Yeah.
God, it
Happens
just
often.
did.
Sure.
It happens in the
NFC
NBA
South
a
happens
lot,
all the
too.
time.
Yeah.
I mean, you have the 10th seed could potentially be in the playoffs. You think that team's any good?
Typically not.
Your
but
Honor, that team is outstanding.
You can
I
have
mean,
a
the amount
division
of
winner
athletes
in the NFL with under 500 record.
Yeah. And that would be
the
an
NFC
easier,
South is
an
actually
easier path to the
and
playoffs.
they get a home game.
Sure.
Yeah, they get a home game.
Yeah.
8 and 9.
Yeah, you can be bad. You can be in the NFC South and still win a playoff game.
Probably not a playoff game, but be in the
Well,
playoff.
you have the opportunity to win.
You can
because
win.
It's a one game.
It's a one
Anything
game.
can happen.
And you got to come to my house.
You're right.
I am also incorporating the physicality of the game of football.
You ever watch those screens laid
Have
in
you,
basketball?
have you not seen SGA hit the floor as hard as he
Man,
does?
I
That's true as
That
well.
floor does not
You
give.
ever seen LeBron get gently grazed
Hey,
up
you know
on?
what?
He's concussed for 3 weeks.
Hey, the judge made his decision, and you know what? We don't have to like it, but we do have to respect it.
We're
So,
still allowed to debate it. We're filing an appeal.
I don't.
You're okay. Allowed to.
It's one case. You don't want to get the judge in a bad mood.
very true.
Again?
Again?
Again.
Prove me wrong. The Canadians will have less shots tonight than the Cardinals had runs in the last 3 games.
Oh, and you can't have 0, right? You can't have 0. It's the bottom line. Montreal, you saw the other night, they flooded the net with 12 shots. It's way more than the Cardinals had runs. and I've got it upon good authority that Cole Caulfield had lunch with Wayne Gretzky yesterday.
Oh, really?
Yeah. You know what the great one is famous for saying, right? You miss 100% of the shots you don't take.
Absolutely.
Cole
He's gonna take
Caulfield,
100 shots
I
tonight.
bet the over on shots taken from him tonight.
I'll go with this one.
Nice. Good job, Jamie.
I mean, that would be an all-time terrible performance.
Yeah.
Wouldn't it?
No kidding.
All time.
All time.
They tried.
All right, so the 618 texted in, do mine. So I am going to do the 618s, and I'm going to read it how it was texted in.
Haven't a 10-year listener.
Steen, Alexander Steen will be a better Blues GM than Sean Armstrong. Well, of course,
Sean
used to
Armstrong.
play for the Cardinals.
Yeah, well, Judge, let's start here. Sean Armstrong. Sean Armstrong was not here with the Cardinals for very long, nor was he a GM or a president of baseball or hockey operations. I mean, Armstrong wasn't even given an opportunity to see what he can do, both on the mound and in the front office. Steen's going to have said opportunity, and he's been groomed now the last couple of years under Doug Armstrong, of course, Stanley Cup winner.
From the 636.
Thanks for letting me have that one, guys. I needed a dub.
Great.
Easy.
Tell me how you really feel. You think the NBA playoffs are one of is not the easiest playoffs?
He gave you his answer.
Give me the real answer. No, it's fine. This is off the record. This is off the record.
Client privileges on that one, you know.
Attorney-client privilege.
Yeah.
We can't.
Willing to sign an NDA. My associate.
We can get sued.
NBA playoffs.
We can get sued.
Listen, I can't.
We can get sued if we had that conversation, Judge. You know that, Your Honor.
I appreciate you keeping me on my toes, though.
It's fun now.
Judge,
You don't have to lie to me, Anthony. We're
your-
friends.
Judge, you've made your ruling. You ruled against me, and now you're trying to get me to tell you that my client was in fact guilty. I won't do
There's
it.
no double jeopardy. You can tell me
I
what
won't do it.
happened.
Oh, there's double jeopardy. See it all the time. It's worth twice the money.
Yeah, I think that's different.
That's a game show.
Yep.
All right, from the 636, prove me wrong. The McKinnon-McCarr era for the Avalanche will end just like the Taze and Kane era for the Blackhawks.
With 3 Stanley Cups? Is that what they're trying to allude to?
I don't know. I just read the question.
I don't know what I'm proving wrong here.
It will end
The same way? No, it won't. Are you kidding me? Those Blackhawks, as much as we hate them, those guys put up lots of championships in a very short period of time. And the Avalanche have put up 1 championship. They have a couple of President's trophies in there, but what else have they really done? They've crumbled when the stage has been the biggest. And Nathan McKinnon likes to yell at all his teammates. Don't see Jonathan Taze doing that when he's the captain of the Chicago Blackhawks. Patrick Kane, one of the best playmaking U.S.-born hockey players of all time. Yeah, I think the Avalanche, Cale Makar and Nathan McKinnon they can only hope that it ends like it did for Taze and Kane in Chicago. Because right now, Anthony talked about it earlier, that window's closing. I don't see that happening.
Let's do one more here. Could be controversial. From the 618, prove me wrong. Owning a dog is immensely better than owning a cat.
You know, the thing about dogs is you got to take them outside. They get into everything. They chew up everything. They eat everything. And then you know what? Then they poop in the house. You know, your cat will poop in the house, but guess where your cat's going to poop? In the litter box. Because they know you just scoop it out and you throw it away. The cat understands that poop on the floor is not good for the house. So they go to their own area, take their poop, go about their day, and then you clean said poop up. That dog gonna be in everything, touching everything. He a big dog, running into stuff, breaking doors, chewing on
getting
furniture,
up on the counter, eating
getting
food.
up. I mean, that dog is gonna be everywhere. And that cats just mind their dang on business, man. They don't bother anybody. They don't need constant attention. They just sit in their corner, and when they want to be dealt with, they come see you. And when they don't, they go the hell away.
It's a perfect relationship.
It really is.
In many ways, Carey.
It really is. You know? So, yeah. Those dogs, cats. Go cats.
And if I may, percentages. When you're looking around, little signs posted up around the city, it's usually missing dog. Dog ran away. Door got open. Dog ran away. You don't see very many missing cat.
Well, maybe people don't care.
Oh, the cat gets out. Cat goes home. It comes back to its home. And when it comes home, it makes sure it's perfectly manicured after the cat sits there cleaning itself, getting rid of all the grime. Where the dog, I can tell you this from my own experience. Yesterday, I got home, and my dog was covered in mud and trying to run through the house. I had to catch the dog, wrestle it up to the shower. I look over at the cat, old George. George is sitting up in the windowsill, just cleaning himself off, looking at me, going, that dumb dog. That dumb dog.
Look at him.
And that's when I knew. When I knew. These cats are better.
You guys made some excellent points, but I don't care. You don't see me trying to steal Jamie's cat, George. I want Nala. I don't care about the
Nala
cat.
was the one full of dirt yesterday.
That's very cute to me.
Mostly because you didn't have to clean it off.
Yeah. White dog, brown dirt. Not great.
Not great at all. All right, it's Fast Lane on 101 ESPN. We'll play Bet the Board next on 101 ESPN. Time to bet the board here in the Fast Lane on 101 ESPN with Andrew Marsh, Carey Davis, and Jamie Rivers. I'm Anthony Stalter. Marsh, what are our standings after last night? How'd we all do?
All right, Anthony, you and Jamie both picked up points. Carey and I did not. The Dodgers scored 15 runs last night, and Ohtani did not get the 2.5 hits, runs, RBIs. Ivan Barbashev did not pick up an assist despite feeding an absolute beauty of a pass to Bill Carlson, who almost knocked it with one hand out of the air into the back of the net.
Crazy.
That would have been one of the coolest goals ever, but he didn't get an assist, so that kind of stinks.
Sorry, man.
Didn't get a point. So, Anthony, you have 12 points. Jamie has 9. I have 10. Carey has 7.
Not that we like Mark Stone, but that was kind of a sweet goal, too. We caught the puck and placed it down. And
Yeah, Nazem Kadri on that one fell asleep. His job was to protect the weak side, and he got puck watching, and Braden McNabb threw the Hail Mary.
Oh, yeah, we saw that in D2 Mighty Ducks.
Yeah, we certainly did.
This is not the NBA.
You just can't have that happen when one of the other team's best players is on the ice, Andrew. Just
It's a problem, that's for sure.
Yep.
It's a problem. Well, hey, guys, remember how I mentioned the Boston Red Sox can't win at Fenway? Give them Atlanta Braves minus 105 on the money line.
How are they only at minus 105?
Yeah.
That's disgusting.
I don't know what to tell you.
That is disgusting.
They were in a bit of an offensive funk. And last night they scored 7.
Where are they?
7's a number.
Well, the Montreal Canadiens might not put up a ton of shots, but the Carolina Hurricanes do. Give me
sure
Jakub Dobesh over 28 and a half saves tonight.
It's not a bad one, Marshy. It's not a bad one. Give me the over in the first period, minus 115. I do think it's going to be a rather low-scoring affair, but I do think there'll be fireworks early. Carolina scored early already a couple of times, so.
I mean, I listen to Jamie a lot. He's smart. He knows things. I'm going to take Cole Caulfield over 3 shots on goal.
There you go. Listening earlier.
Like that.
So what Jamie said about Cole Caulfield's having dinner with the great one.
Yeah, lunch.
Lunch, excuse me.
3 shots? Or is that 4? That's 3, right?
3+ shots.
3 plus.
Three.
All he needs is
3
all
or
he needs
more.
is 3.
All he needs is 3.
That's it.
Way to go, Carey. Way to go.
Thank you.
All right, let's bet the board here in the Fast Lane on 101 ESPN. We have a returning Gauntlet contestant. It's Blake, right?
It is Blake, yes.
All right, Balake will join us next for round 2 of the Gauntlet on 101 ESPN.
warriors. 4 categories, 1 challenger. Can you survive the gauntlet?
Brought to you by Blue Note Roofing. Roofing, siding, and gutters. Visit BlueNoteRoofingSTL.com for a free inspection.
401. Your time check is brought to you by Clarkson Jewelers, an officially licensed Rolex jeweler with Andrew Marsh, Carey Davis, and Jamie Rivers. I'm Anthony Stalter. We welcome back Blake for round 2 of the Gauntlet. What's up, Blake?
What's going on, guys? How we doing?
We're doing good, man. Nice win again yesterday. Knocked off Andrew Marsh, and now you have an opportunity to take on CD, Jamie, or me. Who would you like to go with?
I'm going to go with my fellow Illini and pick Carey Davis.
All right.
Carey Davis. Good luck, Blake. ILL.
I, brother.
All right, there you go. So Blake is going to maybe do a little Illini on Illini crime.
What did you say?
What did you say?
To go Big Orange.
Oh,
Right?
yeah. That's their slogan.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll look it up later. All right, go ahead, Blake. Tell Marsh to spin that wheel.
Spin that wheel, Marsh.
All right, yesterday I think you said sports when I asked you what category you wanted. Would you like to maybe throw it out there today, what you'd like?
Football was good to me yesterday, even though that's Carey's background. I'll take whatever, but let's keep it with sports, man.
Okay.
All right.
Did he get sports?
No. It's random.
Oh, random.
Well, there could be a sports question in there.
Maybe.
Random sports questions, yes.
All right, so
Who
Blake,
won
you
the
got
2018 billiards.com championship?
The Ocho trifecta.
That's right. All right, so Blake, you're going to get 4 random questions today. Each one is worth 2 points unless you ask for the options. If you ask for the options, those questions are worth 1 point. Are you ready?
Let's do it.
All right, here we go. Question number 1. On Memorial Day, this school won its first NCAA men's lacrosse title since 2001.
Oh, give me the options.
Princeton University, Notre Dame, or Syracuse?
I'm going to go with Princeton. Final answer.
All right, question 2. Can you tell us the longest developed rail trail in the nation?
Gonna need the options. Not a rail fan.
All right. Is it Paul Bunyan State Trail, the Katy Trail, or the Great Allegheny Passage?
Go with the Great Allegheny Passage. Final answer.
Question number 3. What is the capital of Denmark?
I won a geography bee in grade school 2 years in a row, and I can't think of it. Give me the options.
Options are Amsterdam, Oslo, or Copenhagen.
Capital of Denmark. Copenhagen. Final answer.
All right, Blake, final question. A recent study in the American Journal of Entomology found that mosquitoes were significantly more likely to land on people with this blood type.
Options.
A, B, or O, positive or negative?
Oh. A, B, or O, positive or negative. Let's go with A, type A. Final answer.
Okay. Let's bring back Carey from the Cone of Silence. Blake, how you feeling today?
Oh, absolutely terrible.
Okay.
That's a rough one.
Yeah, it certainly is. All right.
Hey, fellas, that was kind of fast.
Carey, how's the Cone of Silence?
Man, Ryder listening to Lil Bone Thugs and Harmony.
Boom, 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 boom.
Yeah, you know it.
All I want to do is in the Zoom.
No, that's not. That's
Just shake your rump.
No. That's way different.
That's very, very, very different.
Mm-hmm.
That's Rex in effect.
That is. Teddy Riley. Yeah.
I tried to do my Carey Davis. CD.
Yeah.
Your category today is completely random.
Okay.
You
Pack a lunch.
better pack a lunch.
Tell it to my dang on self.
Question 1.
Sure.
On Memorial Day, this school won its first NCAA men's lacrosse title since 2001.
I just saw that. Was it Syracuse? Go Orange? Huh? I saw
That's
it.
Big Blue.
Nah, that's Michigan, man. Ooh. I'm going to take a shot in the dark and just say Syracuse. I feel like that's right. It could be completely wrong. I hope that's an option. Syracuse, final answer.
Question 2. Can you tell us the longest developed rail trail in the nation?
Rail who?
Rail trail.
How long it is or where it is?
Okay, let's try this again. Can you tell us the longest developed rail trail in the nation?
You want the name or you want the distance?
I want the damn trail.
Options, man.
Paul Bunyan State Trail, the Katy Trail, or the Great Allegheny Passage?
Allegheny?
Allegheny.
Allegheny?
Like the
river. You said Allegheny.
Okay.
Allegheny.
Allegheny. My bad, guys.
Let's go Katy Trail. That's the only one I've heard of. Final answer.
Question number 3. What is the capital of Denmark?
Is it Copenhagen? I think it's Copenhagen. Because I remember, I believe it is. Because it was CD. It was like one of those things that just stick out. I think it's Copenhagen. Final answer. That's a hell of a guess. I think it is, though. I could be completely wrong. Whatever.
Okay. Question 4. A recent study in the American Journal of Entomology found that...
Sorry. Continue. Entomology.
Found that mosquitoes were significantly more likely to land on people with this blood type.
I've heard that, but I don't know which blood type it is. So it probably doesn't matter if I take the options. Let's go O. Negative. Final answer.
Okay. Round 2 of the gauntlet here.
I don't like how you looked at me on that last answer, Anthony.
Round 2. What is the capital of Denmark? You both said Copenhagen. Correct answer is...
Copenhagen.
But CD did not use the option, so he is up 2-1.
Remember that as a child.
On Blake. On Memorial Day, this school won its first NCAA men's lacrosse title since 2001. What?
I should have took the options.
For this one?
Yeah.
Your options were Princeton University, Notre Dame, and Syracuse.
I think it's Princeton.
CD, without the options, said Syracuse. Blake, with the options, said Princeton.
Yeah.
Correct answer is
Princeton.
we're all tied up. All tied up, 2-2.
Syracuse won for you.
I know.
So it's Notre Dame.
I know.
Can you tell us the longest developed rail trail in the nation? You guys both took the options. CD went with the Katy Trail. Blake went with the Great Allegheny Passage. Correct answer is
None other than the Katy Trail.
CD has taken a 1-point lead now.
Oh, what is this?
Goes down to this.
Options I should have taken.
A recent study in the American Journal of Entomology found that mosquitoes were significantly more likely to land on people with this blood type. Blake went with type A. CD went with type O. Negative. Type O negative.
That mattered. Is that a blood type?
If it's type O negative or anything type A, CD's going to win. But if it's type A, well, we'll find out here in a second. Blake.
You have chosen poorly.
You lose.
Not today.
Correct answer is...
It's O.
It's O.
Positive,
Positive or negative.
Oh.
Carey wins today 5-2 over Blake. Blake, sorry, man.
That was impressive work, Carey.
That was very impressive. You did well today. Blake, appreciate you listening. Thank you for playing today.
Sure. Before I go, guys, I want to give a quick shout-out. My friends and family listening, friends back home in the Salem's finest, but especially to my boy Aaron, deployed overseas right now with military operations.
Heck
Always
yeah.
thinking about you, buddy.
Excellent. Well,
absolutely.
And thank you. It's
Thank
Aaron, you said?
Aaron, yep.
Aaron, thank you for your service to our outstanding country, my friend. Thank you.
You know what? Despite Blake beating me in the Gauntlet, heck of a guy.
Yeah.
I don't know, man. That's
What
kind
are you
of
talking about?
I think well, if he beats you,
yeah, he seems like it, but those are the ones you have to watch out for. The ones that
I'm giving
seem
Blake
perfect.
a pass.
Okay, yeah.
You get the
job,
pass, Blake.
Good job, Blake.
Thanks, guys.
See you, bud. Carey, well done, man. That was
done.
impressive.
I knew the Copenhagen.
Copenhagen off the top.
Copenhagen, I knew that. That might have been the only thing I knew on the whole thing.
That's that one I knew. Denmark.
I would have
CD.
probably figured out Princeton because Notre Dame and Syracuse are
I
prominent
should have took the
programs.
options, and then because I was thinking it was
lacrosse.
Syracuse.
They're
I
really
knew it was
good.
but if I'd heard the options, I would have said Princeton. But
Yeah, well done, man.
Do you guys know your blood type? I do not.
mine is O negative, I believe.
I think Bud Light.
That's another dad joke. What's a vampire's favorite alcoholic beverage? Oh, Blood Light.
Oh, wow. Jeez. Okay, yeah, that's good. Nice.
Canadians' favorite colors? Blue and blue light. Labatt's.
Labatt's. All right. It's Fastlane on 101 ESPN. You guys good, or?
I don't know. We keep going forever, probably.
Do you have any?
You got somewhere to be?
No, I really, not for the next hour and a half.
You got the youngest kids. Give us your best.
Come on.
Come on. Lincoln's had to tell you something here.
Why did the bear need new shoes? Because he had bare feet.
That was a good one.
That's terrible. That's good.
So when I coach Madeline's softball team, I'm often the third base coach. So anybody that's on deck that might be getting toward the end of the game, but is a little tight, I usually tell that joke. None of them usually get it. And I'm like, get it because he's got bare feet. It's bare. It's a pun. And yeah, we get it, coach.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, it usually works though.
Don't quit your day job is what they tell you.
They're up there thinking about that joke, and they just slash one up
There
the
you
middle.
go.
Anthony, are you giving out signs? You're the third base coach. That's pretty
watch
important. Oh, I help coach. You're the third base coach.
Yeah, but I'm not.
What's the indicator? You guys have any
no
signs?
signs. No.
All right.
Nope.
Sending them.
I just flat out say, hey, that ball gets behind the catcher. You run to third base fast as you can. That's it. That's your sign. All right. It's Fastlane on 101 ESPN. What will the Blues do with some of this depth that they have on their roster and in the minors? We'll talk about it next on 101 ESPN. saying on 101 ESPN. Hey, Scuba in the snake pit's having a bit of a tough time trying to get his bear joke out. It is funny, but he keeps having keeps doing like a misspelling or mistyping.
It's harder when you're writing the joke, and sometimes autocorrect changes things. When you're telling the joke, you just tell it, and it's easier.
Yeah.
But if you got to write it out, it has to be absolutely perfect for people to understand it.
We've got live critics in the snake pit. Joke lands better if you say big paws.
Super Brad asked, "Are you having a stroke?"
Oh my goodness!
Let's hope not. Scuba, we love you, man. So this is the joke from Hey Scuba in our snake pit, which is our YouTube
Make
chat.
sure you read the right one.
I will. He says says a bear walks into a bar and says, "I'll have a rum and Coke." The bartender says, "Why the long pause?" The bear said, "I don't know. I've had them all my life." Super Brad goes, "Joke lands better if you say big pause," which does make sense. So instead of saying, bartender says, "Why the big pause?" The bear says, "I don't know. I've had them my entire life." The joke was funny.
It was a good joke.
Yeah.
When we finally got to it.
Yeah.
We had to read it. We had to slow down and read it a few times.
Lisa has one for us.
Does she?
You know what Jeffrey Dahmer's favorite candy bar was?
Oh, no.
A Baby Ruth.
Oh, come on.
Man. Lisa! Of all people.
Lisa.
That's fantastic.
All right.
Come on, man.
Where do we go from here now?
What are we doing
Blues.
here? Blues cues.
No, not what?
How many we got today, Jamie?
One.
The keys to the game.
We got one. What will the Blues do with some of their depth? Depth is obviously an important part of a retool or rebuild or whatever. What decisions will the Blues make regarding some of their pending RFAs? So in other words, what do you do with Berggren? What do you do with Kessel? Jamie, I know you got thoughts on this.
Yeah.
As well as whether or not any Thunderbirds made some impacts late in the season to make, maybe push to elevate their status within the club.
Yeah, it's important that you're constantly developing. We talk about the Cardinals for years on draft develop. Well, this is kind of where the Blues are right now with this cycle of their retool is that, yes, they have some of the fixtures right now on the big league team. And two guys that they're going to have to figure out what they're doing with is Berggren and Kessel. I think Jonathan Berggren, he's right in the wheelhouse. I think he's like 26 years old. He finished really strong offensively for the Blues. He's a good dude. He could use a little bit of work on the defensive side of his game, but he is a guy that can produce, and he only made $1.8 million for you last year. He's not waivers exempt, so if you try to send him to the minors, he can get plucked up. So I think you basically run it back, maybe with a 2-year little bridge deal here at like $2 million a year. He's going to get you 25 to 30 points probably. Mm-hmm. I think he's a good player to keep around. The interesting one's going to be Matthew Kessel. He's a restricted free agent. He didn't play a lot last year. Limited action. He kind of got leapfrogged by Logan Mailloux after they traded for him. And then Tyler Tucker also ended up playing a lot more than Matthew Kessel. And then we saw Theo Lindstein came in at the end of the year. He played ahead of him. We know that Adam Jiricek is on the way to this team, whether it's out of training camp or halfway through next season or somewhere in there. He's going to get a chance to play. So if you're the Blues, what do you do with a guy like Matthew Kessel? You spent quite a few years developing him. You thought enough of him to give him a one-way contract. I say you just qualify him. Qualifying offer, and you see where the chips fall come training camp. Injuries are a thing. You don't want anybody to have an injury, but they do happen. And sometimes younger players, Logan Mailloux, Jiricek, maybe they're not ready to go coming out of training camp. You want to make sure you have a Matthew Kessel. And if it's 800 to 850, we've seen the Blues put that in the minors before. Mm-hmm. We have. Mackenzie McEachern was making $850,000 in the minors for 2 years in a row because he was a great insurance policy for the Blues. So I think those are two pretty easy things to do. Now, the tough ones are going to be, Dylan Dubé. He was kind of halfway through the season, got picked up. unique circumstance, obviously, with everything surrounding his career. But he played very well for the Blues, and he's unrestricted free agent because he only signed an American Hockey League deal. So if you're the Blues, you want to try and get in there early if you think this guy can be, part of what you're trying to build. He is a young guy. He fits that wheelhouse as far as the age is concerned. And I know he played very well for Steve Ott down the stretch of things. And another kid, Peterson. This Peterson kid, people are comparing him to a Pat Maroon type player. He's a big kid, about 6'4", 220, 225, really tough. Loves to throw the mitts down, loves to get after it, a really good physical fourth-line player. He could be a really nice fit for the Blues. And I think, we've talked about this before. They're lacking, in my opinion, they're lacking a little bit of grit overall. And I think that Peterson could be that guy. Now it's to be determined on whether or not he can play an everyday role in the NHL. But talking to Steve Ott, asked him about him, and he says, I think he can do it, man. He goes, I think he can do it. He works really hard. He's come a long way. And again, that toughness speaks volumes for him. Zach Dean picked him up in the Ivan Barbashev trade. He's had a couple of bumps in the road too, injury-wise, and then as well as the Players Assistance Program early last year, but came back, played fairly well down the stretch, and played a big part in the playoff run for the Thunderbirds. So he's another guy that I think Army and Steen are going to want to get an extended look at. I mean, now you're seeing the success of Ivan Barbashev. You'd probably like to have something to show for it.
Sure. And
he was highly touted coming out. I think he was a first-round pick for the Vegas Golden Knights at the time. Again, he's a player that falls in that age bracket that Army keeps talking about, of wanting to build around that. But the one that to me is very interesting overall is Georgi Romanov. So he wasn't even supposed to be the number one goalie down in Springfield, and he ended up being the guy throughout the playoffs. And he played very well the entire playoffs, albeit except for the last game. The wheels kind of fell off for Springfield overall. They ended up losing 8-1 in the deciding game, which shouldn't define, how well that team played, and certainly shouldn't define Romanov as a goaltender. But when you think about this, if Romanov gets a really good look at a training camp, and let's say he plays pretty well, you're looking for Joel Hofer to take that next step.
Right.
Which means you're looking at 40, maybe 50 starts, 55, who knows? Could you see Romanov playing the rest of those? Could you see where you've got these two young guys? And then, if that's the case, does it make it easier to try and move on from Jordan Binnington? I believe at this point, the ball's in Jordan Binnington's court. To my knowledge, the Blues have not approached him about any kind of movement or waiving a no-trade clause for the amount of teams that he has or anything like that. But I think the player himself has to look at this and go, okay, Joel Hofer's going to be the number one. You'd like to think you can still compete for that job. But what if it's a tie, the tie's going to Hofer because of the age and the development that's left to have. So Jordan Binnington's going to have to completely outshine Joel Hofer. Is it possible? Of course it is. But then you got Romanov now, who's a much cheaper version. Like, he's coming in at probably $1 million a year, if that. It might even be under, might be $800,000 his NHL salary, and you got Binnington at $6 million. So if you can find a trade that works, even if it's not getting back that first rounder or second rounder that you think, if you can unload, for lack of better words, the $6.2 million, you can add some pieces then, maybe in the free agent market. So, anyways, I just think there's a lot of interesting decisions that are going to be popping up here for the Blues that are not, they're not the marquee names. They're not the Kyrou, the Thomas, the Parayko. Yet all of these deals that we see, all these second-level deals, end up being very important when you're looking at teams like Vegas. Vegas has the marquee names, but then they backfill it with good, solid players behind those guys. We'll see if the Blues are able to do the same thing here during their rebuild.
Good stuff. All right, that's Jamie Rivers, Andrew Marsh, Carey Davis, I'm Anthony Stalter. It's Fast on 101 ESPN. If you have a question for us, we have part one and part two of the Sports Six-Pack coming up. 314-399-9646, the Air Comfort Service text line. Again, 314-399-9646, the Air Comfort Service text line. Send those questions in there. Sports Six-Pack part one next.
101 ESPN Sports Center.
I'm Andrew Marsh. It's time for a Sports Center update brought to you by Saliga Heating and Cooling. Unfortunately, the Brewers sweep the Cardinals. Dustin May had a no-hitter going into the 8th inning, but the Brewers end up spoiling what was a good outing from Dustin May. So the Brewers sweep the Cardinals. We talked about that with Brad Thompson. If you missed that interview or anything from today's show, make sure you go to 101ESPN.com or check out the free Dobbs Tire and Auto Center's 101 ESPN mobile app. Just head to the podcast page, and you'll find all of our interviews and all of our shows there. And it's all brought to you by the Schaefer Door Company. Coming up next, we have part 1 of our Sports Six-Pack, so get your questions into the Air Comfort Service text line, 314-399-9646. We'll answer your questions next. I'm Andrew Marsh, and the Sports Center update is brought to you by Saliga Heating and Cooling, a Daikin heating and air conditioning dealer.
I have a question.
It's time for the Fast Lane to answer your sports questions.
I want to ask you a bunch of questions, and I want to have them answered immediately.
Asking me all these weird questions.
Answer the question.
Answer the question.
Answer me!
Refreshed by Urban Chestnut. Urban Chestnut's Swickle Light Premium Light Beer. Live your lifestyle, St. Louis.
It's Fast Lane on 101 ESPN. Time for part 1 of the Sports Six-Pack. 314-399-9646 is the Air Comfort Service text line. If you want to participate, you can. Marsh, question 1, please.
Question number 1.
All right, from the Water Boy, which playoffs do you think are the hardest to grind through? The Water Boy says the NCAA basketball tournament, but don't want to upset anyone by mentioning basketball.
I think it's the NHL.
I think it's NHL as well.
Has to be.
I'll remove myself from it, but I do think it's the NHL. The physical grind
with separated shoulders and broken legs and lower body injuries. Oh, his ankle is torn and multiple ligaments are torn in different ways. How is he playing? He just tapes it up and laces his skate up really tight.
Yes.
And the blood is somewhere in there, but when he takes that skate off, it's going to balloon up in the nighttime.
Yeah, it doesn't feel very good.
Yeah. What is he doing? He tore his knee up. His kneecap was on the backside, but he played anyway. It was a lower body injury, damn it. Wait, no.
I thought it was just a tweaked hip flexor.
Oh, no.
No.
That guy's going to have 10 surgeries in the offseason to repair that.
I think the NHL is the toughest one.
Oh, yeah.
I mean,
I do have a problem with the lower body and upper body injuries.
What's your problem?
Why don't they tell us what it is, man?
Because
they tell everybody else's business in the NFL. I used to have to tape up both ankles because there's a high ankle sprain. You don't need to know which ankle it is.
That's why they don't tell it.
Or you guys soft? Or you guys going to attack something?
Yeah, guys will go after it.
You don't think they go after it in the NFL?
I don't.
They definitely do.
I don't think they don't.
It's worse because under that pile, anything goes.
But what I'm saying is, in the NFL, you absolutely know for sure, because you read the report. In the NHL, like it used to be a lot of word of mouth back in the day. You'd see wouldn't be playoff time. It wouldn't be unheard of to like throw a couple bucks to like the front desk people at the hotel
to figure out
see who's what hand he's taped up, if he's got a boot on a foot or something, and then the word get back, and then you'd go target it every single. And then we only had one referee, and he couldn't see everything. So it would be
only had one ref on the ice.
Yeah.
What year was this?
It was up until 2005, I think.
Wow. That was part of the CBA negotiations.
It was part of it. Yeah, player protection.
So he's the only one that...
Yeah. Like, go cause a diversion over here. You do something stupid in the corner, he'd have to walk over here, and then you slash that guy in the back of the legs.
Like WWE. What happened? Where'd that chair come from?
It's like that. It's like when your tag team partner distracts ref and you hit the guy with the steel chair.
Yeah, throw it back under the ring.
So, yeah. All right.
Interesting.
Holy smokes.
It's hockey.
Yeah.
I mean, those guys do play through a lot of injuries. And again, if you...
Every series is a grind.
Don't mind taking a slap shot to the face. You too can be a hockey player.
Right?
It's easy.
Question number 2.
This name came up the other day. I can't remember if it was on air or if it was off air, but the 314. No. That was
on air.
That was on air.
Oh.
From the 314, how many years does Cam Scadaboo last in the NFL?
I would say 6.
The average NFL career is 3.5. He's already had a really bad injury. To Cam's, I guess the good part of Cam, and him coming back from the injury, he's not a burner. So he's not a guy that utilizes his speed. He's going to run through people. He runs hard. But how well he rebounds from that injury is going to be a telltale sign. I can't tell you how long. The Giants will tell you how long if they start drafting running backs in the first round. That'll be your answer. They draft the running back in the first round or in the first 2 or 3 rounds next year. They're probably telling you he's on his way out. But, I mean, it depends on how healthy he is going into this season and how well he performs. Now, his math is bad, but other than that, he gave us some pretty bad math.
It happens.
He said he had 300 yards on 100 carries or 200 yards last year on 100 carries, something. He's like, I get 400 carries, I'll have 1,200 yards, 2,000 yards. I'm like,
that's not a word.
There's 300 yards on 100 carries he had, and I think he said he had 2,000 yards on 400 carries, something like that. That's literally not the math. Unless you're just saying you get stronger.
Right.
With more carries.
Yeah.
Nah. It happens to the best of us.
Yeah. It certainly does.
Yeah.
We don't know math.
Nope.
This is very true.
Just hand me the ball, coach. My running back coach would tell me running backs don't know anything, so you have to tell them everything. No, seriously. Like, those guys are idiots. He said in the room, they don't know nothing. All they care about is running the football. You got to tell them when to block, who to block, what route they got to run, when they got to run it. You got to tell them all that. You have to tell him that. What about my job? You got to do that job too. But your other job is to make sure he knows what the hell he's doing. Because all he cares about is when he gets to run the ball. Okay, coach. Sure. Do I get paid both of our salaries?
No, sir.
Nice try, though.
I remember one time there was one player, I think he played at Alabama. He just ran the football. He had no idea how to block or anything.
Yeah,
There's a coach
story.
that had to help him out with that. I heard the story. I can't remember who it was.
Yeah, Nick Saban talked about it.
Oh, that's who it was. Yeah.
Derrick Henry. All he ever did was just hand him the ball and just run. Didn't know about blocking, things like that, pass protection.
Really?
Yeah.
That's crazy.
He said, Coach, I don't know what you're talking about. All they ever did is just give me the ball. I just ran with it.
He didn't lie.
He's not lying at
He
all.
literally just ran the ball.
I could see that happening with a lot of really great high school running backs. Don't worry about anything. When I turn and give you the ball, just go score.
Just go.
That and having to play special teams. Like, so when certain high school players get to college and they've never played special teams, or more so when guys get to the NFL and they've been the superstar wide receiver or they've been the superstar running back, and they're like, oh, you're the L5 on kickoff. Wait, what? What's that? What do I do there? And you're the off man. Back when you had to be the up front wedge, you're in the wedge. Why am I doing that, Coach?
That doesn't seem like fun, Coach.
No,
what is this?
It's not.
Hey, do what on punt? You want me to go where? I don't know anything about that, man.
No, thank you.
You learn quickly, though.
Alabama had one hell of a punt returner, too, a kick returner that was just told to run, too. And he would do it every single time.
Like he ran straight out of the stadium.
He did. Yeah.
Running.
Yep.
They had to have a sign up to tell him when to stop because he didn't know.
That's right.
Yeah.
He's a war hero.
Well, I mean, he did some ping pong champion.
Yeah.
He ran
Started
across
a
the
shrimp
country.
business.
Yeah.
And then he just stopped running.
Yeah, he did.
Just for no reason. Just
wanna
one
go
day,
home.
like, yeah, I'm done.
It's crazy.
Yeah.
Had a wonderful girlfriend at one point.
No,
she's
he didn't. She was a horrible human being.
Terrible human being.
Went through a lot.
Sewered him with a kid.
Yep. Would have loved to see the young man be born. Was
part of
robbed
it.
of that opportunity.
He probably didn't need
He's
to be
given a
part of that.
3-year-old.
Yeah.
Thanks
there
for
you
letting
go.
us all the fun stuff.
By the way, I'm dying. So you need to take care of me and him.
Better figure it out fast.
Yeah.
That was a good man.
I hope you're done running because I'm dying and you have a kid. Surprise.
Could you imagine how different his life would be if that seat was not taken?
I know. And he lived one hell of a life, too.
He did.
So.
He wouldn't have, though. She you know,
She
helped
gave him a lot of things, Carey. You're not wrong.
Yeah, she gave him a lot of experiences.
She gave a lot of other people a lot of things, too.
Unfortunately,
she helped
for those
him.
people.
She helped him, right? She helped him.
In some ways,
he wouldn't have been the man that he was had he not.
Well, he may have never been the man.
There you go. Had those experiences.
Do you think Forrest could have made it to the NFL?
Yeah.
Oh, hell yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, we only saw one game. I don't know. Like, what were his stats?
You didn't need to see more.
No.
You saw enough.
He didn't
ball.
just automatically get the stop sign up for one game.
I mean,
Well, I don't know. Like,
could
he
have
ran
been,
out of the stadium. He never came back.
could have been Devin Hester before
Man.
Devin Hester.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Really good player, man.
Guess we'll never know.
No, we do. Certainly
Yeah.
won't.
Tough position. He wasn't a football player.
He wasn't.
No, he was not.
But he was at the same time.
He was more of a ping pong player.
He was.
Yeah. He was
was.
good at that, though.
He was.
I feel like if Forrest actually focused on one thing, though, like he didn't really focus on one thing. Like he was a football star, ping pong champion, then all of a sudden he's got
Shrimp and
Bubba Gump
boat.
shrimp, and
War
then
hero.
Yeah, war hero. Like he is just pick a lane.
I think
Forrest.
he did focus solely on that one thing while he was doing that one thing, though.
Yeah, but, you know.
Like,
He did, yeah, he
put
gave it his all.
And when he was in it,
Yeah.
like the ping pong, he was locked
Yeah.
in.
Mm-hmm.
He wasn't
I think
focused
Carey's
on anything
right.
else.
But then when he was done with it.
Same thing with the running. Like he was locked in on running until he just said, you know what, I don't want to do this
Yeah,
anymore.
fast lane this.
Now, I don't blame him for that. Like, who the hell wants to run that much?
I don't know.
Like,
Right.
unless I'm being chased.
Yeah.
Like, it's just not happening.
I heard Forrest, too, at one point wound up on a deserted island by himself. He was working
did.
for FedEx at the time.
Life
Party
took
the party?
Life
Yeah.
took a turn.
Yeah, it certainly did.
Took a turn.
I was talking to a volleyball for a while there.
Yeah,
Yeah, we've been
Wilson.
there.
Part 2 of the Sports Six Pack next on the Fast Lane on 101 ESPN.
the question.
It's time for the Fast Lane to answer your sports questions.
I want to ask you a bunch of questions, and I want to have them answered immediately.
Asking me all these weird questions.
Answer the question.
Answer the question.
Answer me!
Refreshed by Urban Chestnut. Urban Chestnut Swickle Light Premium Light Beer. Live your lifestyle, St. Louis.
It's the Fast Lane on 101 ESPN with Carey Davis and Jamie Rivers. I'm Anthony Stalter. Here is Andrew Marsh with question number 3.
Question number 3.
All right, gentlemen, let me pull this up real quick. We got a lot of people talking about Forrest Gump. Here we go. This one's from Ryan O'Reilly. What up, fellas? You guys superstitious when it comes to sports? I always have been, and I knew Dustin May's no-hit bid today was coming to an end after Apple sent out a notification to tune in prior to the 7th inning. Sure enough, it unfolded just like I knew it would. Are we superstitious? do we have a story for you?
Oh, man.
Well, yeah.
That to
blessing.
me, that to me is still like the video of Anthony, like slowly but surely realizing, wait a minute, what the hell is this young man saying?
Yeah.
He did what? It's like, Marsh, I got to tell you, that might be the most absurd thing I've ever heard in my life.
And we've said some stuff. Marsh,
Andrew Marsh is very superstitious.
Marsh, do you want to go ahead and break it all down?
Yeah, so for those that don't know, including Ryan O'Reilly, back in 2011 when I was in high school, the Cardinals were on their way to the World Series, and every game that I watched, I sat on this couch. And turned out every time I sat on the couch, the team won. And I started to pick up on it throughout October. And then the World Series came around, and I'd watch a game on the couch, they'd win, and then I'd go away, and they'd lose. And I said, wait a minute, I'm not going to sit here in my living room during the World Series when I want to watch these games with my friends. I'm going to go ahead and bless this couch by drawing a picture of myself and putting myself in clothes, Cardinal clothes that is, and give it the old yes, bless this couch. Well, I don't know. I don't remember what I said.
Did you pour some oil on the couch?
No, it was just more of like
you gave it your blessing to be you when you weren't there.
Bring us home a winner or something
how
like
would
that.
the couch know? Like,
come on, it's like the wheel. The wheel knows. The couch knew.
You just put a piece of paper. There had to be some form of you.
It was my clothes.
There had to be some form of you.
It was his scent on his clothes.
Whatever it was.
He left it behind.
The bottom line is this
DNA.
This man.
It worked.
This man.
That's all that matters.
Like
elevated the Cardinals to win the World Series that year.
Had nothing to do with Albert hitting 3 home runs in Game 3.
No.
Had nothing to do with David Freese hitting the triple to tie the game. It was all about the couch.
I do have a quick question because before I was under the impression that this was like you started this during the playoffs.
Yeah.
You did, or you started this like during the season?
Game 4.
No. This was during the World Series.
Okay, all right.
Yeah.
I was trying to make sure that it wasn't like you noticed the trend in say July.
No,
27.
No.
The bottom line is this guy.
He was chained to a couch half the summer.
Guys, look. There's something going on here. I can't leave.
Hey, buddy, you want to come hang out this weekend? Sorry, guys.
I got to watch the Cardinals.
You got to be on the couch.
Andrew's so cute. He really loves those Cardinals.
Yeah.
Oh, my gosh. My mom, I think she hated it.
Well, I mean,
she was probably more worried.
Well, you know what?
She was very concerned.
So I think it was a few years later, the Blues, it was when the Blues played the Blackhawks in not the second time when they won, but the first time when they ended up blowing that series. I think they won 2 games in overtime. And there was like the 3 overtime game that the Blues won. And I was sitting on the couch, but the couch was on the other side. Like, we rearranged the living room. So I was sitting on the couch, and I'm like, oh, man, this is going to work for the Blues. I'm going to try this out. They won. Sat there for game 2.
Oh, boy.
They won again. I go, oh, my gosh, it's happening again.
I wonder.
And then I sat there for game 3, and they lost, and I go, it's over. It doesn't work. And I never did it again.
Wow.
I wonder.
And
your
they lost
mother,
because of that.
Your mother.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I mean, if you knew you had that power,
you didn't believe enough in game 3.
Your responsibility.
Your
was
mother
to
has
that
nothing
couch.
to do with
Ryan Miller.
Is a very sweet lady, Marsh. And I just imagine her watching you put these clothes on. You how many brothers you have? It's two of you. Two other brothers.
I have 3 brothers.
It's
They're
4 of you
much
all?
older than me. They were not.
You're the youngest, correct?
I'm the youngest.
So
yes.
I imagine your wonderful mother looking at you put these clothes on this couch and wondering, well, I got 3 that did. Those
I got 3
did,
normal ones.
And she's looking at you, and she probably became very worried. Like, what the hell did I do wrong? Because as a parent,
wrong? What are you talking about?
She's like,
or did
this
right.
one's never leaving.
He's talking about.
He's never going to leave here.
I can't let him out on his
Can't let
own.
him outside. She probably was looking at you and thinking, as a parent, we look at our kids and like, you know.
We sure do.
You look at it, you look at a few of you like,
how'd he get out the front door this morning?
I was scared to send my daughter to college because I was like, I don't know. You don't know how to get to your high school, and it's like 2 left turns.
Oh, no.
And I was worried. It was like, you go down here and make a left, you go there, you make a left.
That's okay, Dad.
I got
my
GPS. I'm like,
GPS.
she's not going to be able to make it in school. This is not going to work out well.
And she did great.
She did great.
There we go.
But I'm sure as your wonderful mother was looking at you bless this couch and do all of these things and leave the house, she was like, oh, my God.
Nah, she knew the drill. She knew the drill. She knew that growing up, that if the Blues or the Cardinals won,
We need to get
and
Mama
she
Marsh
wasn't
on.
watching, that she couldn't watch the rest of the season. It's just as simple as that. She had to tell me after the Blues won the Cup, she goes, Andrew, I got a secret for you. I go, what? She goes, I watched Game 7. I go, you did not. She goes, I did. And they won.
We're going to have to get your mom on.
Yeah.
And discuss a few things. Because I think it's always interesting to get the other side.
She might not even remember that. This was like...
Oh, she remembers.
I don't think this is a very forgettable event.
You know, that youngest one was blessing the couch at one point.
Yeah, whatever.
I'm a little worried about that one.
Curb Stomp wants me to get the couch back. This team, they just
I'm
got
surprised
swept.
you don't have it still somewhere
Well, it's
in
like-
storage.
Well, it wasn't mine. Wasn't my
But
couch.
you wielded power over said couch. I'm sure you could have told your mom, hey, don't throw that couch away. That's a special couch.
Well, I told you it didn't work after that. Didn't work. The
Well, you didn't trust
were
it.
up.
You didn't believe it.
You didn't lean into it, Marshy.
Well, you know what?
It might have
Maybe
needed
it told
more.
me to go fast lane yourself. This is only working for 1 year. And I'm
The
okay
couch
with
told
that.
you that?
Maybe the
I
couch
didn't-
wanted to see how bad you wanted it.
How about you guys? You guys have any superstitions?
Not to that extent.
No?
Blessed a few couches, but
Not-
I seem to be good luck, Anthony.
So we got a text from Sam Darnold's grandpa.
Oh, it's nice of Grandpa Darnold to check in.
So when the Blues won the Cup, every time I turned it on the TV, the opponent scored. So I refused to watch. I got updates on ESPN on my phone. Then they won. Could you imagine going the entire Cup run not watching because you want your team to win? And just staring at your phone?
Okay, so that was Bobby Plager.
That's dedication.
That was Bobby Plager. He wouldn't watch the games. He'd walk up in the press box. He would just walk back and forth behind all the suites and everything. And when he'd hear the Blues score, he'd pop in and look at the replay, and then go back to watching or walking around. He'd have a coffee. He couldn't watch.
Wow.
And then it got to a point where he's like, I won't watch because
Yeah, it's good
you
things are great things are
he
happening.
was committed to it. Unlike Marshy, he was committed to it.
Are you kidding me right now? Are you kidding me?
Oh,
The most memorable World Series to this date. Thanks to the couch. And you're crapping all over me.
That's way different.
You should text your mother and ask her if she remembers.
I'll text her right now.
Text her and ask her
I'll
if she
text her right
remembers.
now. We'll get an answer by the end of the show.
I gotta know. Some things your kids do, you just don't forget.
This is true. This is true.
I don't know. I bet you she doesn't.
I
bet you she
Anthony,
doesn't.
The man drew a picture of himself, a stick figure.
Did he tell her though? That's the
Well,
thing.
she had
I'm
to see
sure
it on
she
the
had to see it
couch.
on the couch and asked when he left, Andrew, what is this on the couch?
I bet she didn't
And
ask.
the
I bet she was
explanation,
just like, let him go, man.
Yeah.
Let him cook.
No, hell no. I
bet
gotta
you she
know.
doesn't remember.
Because if she moves the clothes and he came home and saw that the clothes were
I would have been ticked off. I put the remote right next to it, too. Like,
he had a
I would
picture
turn
of
the
his
game
face.
on. I would leave the TV on, which is, shouldn't do that, but that game was on for that little stick figure guy. He was watching the game.
This is getting worse.
I was a child.
How old were you?
Oh, what was it, 2011? That was, 15 years ago? I was 15.
Okay.
Brain hadn't fully developed yet.
But your heart had. Marsha, your heart was
your heart was in the right spot.
That's all that matters.
There's
She just texted me. Oh, she's asking where we lived at the time.
Say that she don't remember?
She remembers.
No.
Oh, she remembers.
Come on.
No.
Here we go.
Not a chance she remembers.
Oh, man.
All right, we'll get that answer.
Yeah.
Plus, we'll have the biggest question of the day.
That's a big tease right there.
Yeah. If you were going to want to know.
Oh, boy.
Hold on. Biggest question of the day. Marsh will reveal what his mom said next on 101 ESPN.
It's time for the Fast Lane's biggest question of the day. Presented by Banner Construction, the experts in James Hardy siding.
5:04, your time check is brought to you by Clarkson Jewelers, an officially licensed Rolex jeweler. So that's what she said, huh?
Yep.
Wow.
Yeah.
All right, time for the biggest question of the day. Here on 101 ESPN.
Biggest question.
What'd you say?
Nothing. He ain't did it yet.
What did Mama Marcia say?
All right, she said, I remember.
Hold on. Set it up. Set everything up.
What did you ask her?
Yeah.
Okay, so I said, do you remember when I put pictures of myself on the couch during the World Series? In
Mom's
2011.
just sitting at home, minding her business. And
Gets a text like this.
Oh, Andrew texted me.
Yeah.
Oh.
He's working. What does he need?
She said, I remember. She goes, are you talking about this on the radio?
Yes, we are.
Certainly are.
Mama Marsh, we are.
I said, yeah, and she said, LOL, I knew not to move it, or I would be in trouble.
Oh, dang.
I told you, you don't forget that, man.
You're right. That's my fault.
No way.
Yep.
Your poor mother. The anxiety that you gave her.
No. Don't touch it, Mom. I'm leaving out. Watch the game with my friends, but
I'm not really
my
going to be
caricature
watching.
is going to watch the game here.
You treat that character like it's me. Okay.
She knew. Like, back in, 2005, the Albert Pujols home run off Brad Lidge. We were watching the game in the basement. And she's like, I'm going to go upstairs. They're losing. I go, that's a great idea. I didn't say it like that, but...
Beat it, Ma.
Get out of here. It's your fault.
It's your fault.
And then I'm downstairs. I'm a little child at this point. And I scream bloody murder. And she comes running down the stairs. What's wrong? I go, Albert Pujols just hit a home run. Like, she's like, oh my God, I thought you were dying. I'm like, no.
I am. I'm dying for these Redbirds to win this game.
Oh, my goodness.
All right.
Anyways,
Moving on.
biggest question of the day. Should we have the same mindset for the Blues heading into next season as we did for the Cardinals heading into this season?
Yep.
Do we expect the Blues to be playoff contenders, yes or no?
No.
Oh, I don't know.
I think they should be a playoff contender, but my expectations are going to be, how about a consistent season?
Okay.
So that we don't have the bad start, and then we got to ramp it up again just to make it look good in the standings at the end. I think that if the Blues can have a solid season to where they don't have big collapses, you don't have to have massive winning streaks. That'd be nice, but just consistent Blues hockey.
So if the team has a slow start next year, will you, will the for the fans, will they be okay to criticize the team?
Of course.
So we won't be like, well, just wait a second. Like, they could bounce back. There's a lot of time left in the season. Like, will it be a fair criticism if they start off slow again?
Well, I think it absolutely would be. I think it was a fair criticism this year for the team starting off slow, especially, given the circumstances of the year before, of playing as well as they did down the stretch, and then expectations were set high, and you were looking for big performances from players who finished the season with really good seasons, and you didn't get it. And so I think it's more than fair to criticize a team or be critical of the team if they stub their toe out of the starting blocks again. I mean, this is what they've talked about right away when the season's over, is we have to find a way to be more competitive immediately. Training camp must change. We must change this. The mentality must change. We have to be ready to go. So there's a lot of talk, well thought out talk, and great ideas, but now it's putting it to practice and making sure you get the results. So,
yeah, I think it's the Blues could absolutely make the playoffs next year, but are we expecting it? Should we expect it? They didn't make the playoffs last year, so I wouldn't say like, oh yeah, this is just a common expectation. And how many times have we discussed? Okay, look at Vegas. How can the Blues emulate the Vegas Golden Knights? Well, they really can't because of X, Y, and Z. What about the Avalanche? Well, they can't because of X, Y, and Z. Like, you go down the list and. Montreal, you had a full breakdown one day, Jamie, about Montreal, where Montreal is compared to where the Blues roster is, how Montreal built up the team that we're seeing now, whether or not they're a year or two in front of the Blues. So, yeah, I think the Blues could absolutely make the playoffs, but I'm not going to necessarily expect it or bank on it.
So for me, I understood the question as, do you expect them to start the season, have the same expectations to start the season off as you did the Cardinals? I don't think many people had high expectations for the Cardinals to start this year off. So I would say yes. I don't have high expectations of the Blues to start the season off until I see otherwise. Same thing I felt with the Cardinals.
Yeah.
I wasn't expecting them to be 4 games over 500. I wasn't expecting them to be, 2.5, 3.5 games out of first place in the division at this point of the season. So my expectations for the Blues will be similar to that because, as you said, they didn't make the playoffs this past year. They made it the year before. They scratched and clawed and fought their way in, and then were knocked out in the first round. So I kind of have the expectation of this team. Until I see otherwise, I will believe that they are going to kind of be what they have been to start seasons off as they have in the last few years.
What's going to be interesting, too, 84 games next year, only 4 preseason games. So one would have to wonder, what does training camp look like? Because sometimes they've got 55, 60 guys in for training camp because, there's 7 or 8 preseason games.
Sure.
If I'm Alex Steen and Jim Montgomery, I don't need any carry-on luggage here. I just don't.
Yeah.
So you've got your 25 guys that you think can play on your roster. I would have like 10 more guys. 35, 40 guys at camp maximum. I want as many reps as possible for guys that are going to be contending for spots on my roster. If I think certain line combinations could work for me, I'm not waiting until the 3rd game of preseason. No, day 1, we're going to do line rushes with these 3 guys, with those 2 as defense partners. Let's see what it looks like now. And I'm going to demand the training camp is way more competitive. So in the last handful of years, they've gotten away from, we used to have the little training camp tournament. And when I first came in the league, that was like blood sport. The first game, there'd be 6 fights in the first game. No, I don't expect that in today's game. But what I wouldn't mind seeing is 2 teams that play, you mix them up every day, and there's some kind of reward for this, for these guys. Like, put something on it, so that you're getting competitive reps in training camp. Then when you've got your 4 preseason games, you're putting real lineups together. You're putting a real power play out there. You're not just throwing so-and-so out there because, let's see what he can do.
Yeah.
No, you have to be focused at this point. Because the bottom line is, although some kids or some agents will be upset that their client doesn't get enough reps in camp, if he didn't get enough reps in camp, it's because he's not part of the thought process right now anyway.
Yeah.
So go down to the American Hockey League, get all your reps down there. And that being said, the American Hockey League team should be ready to go earlier too, because that group of people will be assembled quicker based on the fact that you'll have less people at the NHL level. I just think that's, to me, the way to go about it if you're the Blues this upcoming season.
Good call. All right, it's Fast Lane on 101 ESPN. Why do some great teams fail to win championships? We'll get into that next on 101 ESPN. Jamie, let's talk to the folks out there right now that feel as though that they can't get their dream home because of the loan process, or they can't get the loan that they want or need because they've got multiple jobs and they don't have your standard W-2 tax forms. They got all 1099s. Call Stewie. Call Stewie. He'll help you out. You feel like you're in a jam right now, but I guarantee you, and Jamie will put the same stamp of guarantee on, that he can help you and he can find solutions for you, and he'll find ways to get you across the finish line, whether you are in need of maybe some cash out right now, or you want a loan because of a home, or you want to refi. But you do have to pick up the phone and call him, Jamie.
I call Stewie for so many reasons. He's got great programs all the time for different people, different walks of life. We know that he loves helping out the military. So if you've had a rough experience as a military veteran, pick up the phone and call Stewie. He's going to do everything he can to help you out. But again, like Anthony said, you got to pick up the phone. You have to call him or at least text him. His personal cell phone number is 314-324-4440.
Again, that number is 314-324-4440.
Call him, text him. Don't wait. Don't procrastinate. And when you call Stewie, tell him that Jamie and Anthony sent you, and he loves hearing that, and he absolutely loves helping 101 ESPN listeners. And if you can't remember anything that we just said, we're going to make it easy for you. Anthony, what can they do?
You can always Google the Bagel Loan.
NMLS number 226715.
It's the Fast Lane on 101 ESPN with Andrew Marsh, Carey Davis, and Jamie Rivers. I'm Anthony Stalter. So why do some great teams fail to win championships? Colorado, the Avalanche become another President's Trophy winning team to not win the Stanley Cup. The last time that happened was in 2013. We see a lot of great sports teams every year that ultimately don't win the championship. So what separates those great teams that do win the ultimate prize compared to the great teams that just can't simply get the job done? Sure, there's a multitude of reasons for it.
I think it depends on the sport, obviously, but I think in any sport, I go back to like the Warriors that went, 72-10, and then they lost in the finals. The New England Patriots that went 19-0 or 18-0 and lost in the Super Bowl. Sometimes you run into a team that is just destined to win that game or win that series. And then sometimes, it's hockey is different. We talked about it earlier. It being such a hard sport to win in the playoffs, even if you are the best team, because of how many games you got to win, how many injuries these players deal with. I don't think the Avs go down 4-0 if their two best players, if Cale Makar is available for all 4 games, if Nathan McKinnon doesn't get banged up in Game 3. Like, I think they find a way to win one game and probably, save their playoff lives. But dealing with injuries, when you get to that point of you've played an entire season and then you get to the end of it, you're dealing with injuries, you're dealing with aches and pains, and both teams are, but some aches and some pains are much greater than others. And, if you got to miss multiple games because you are injured, you probably are really banged up, because most people ain't going to miss a playoff game.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and I think I think regular season success is just different. I've played on a couple of different President's Trophy teams, and it just seems to be flowing. Like it's like you're running downhill. Just like, okay, win after win after win. Oh, a little bit of a loss there, another win. And then you get to the playoffs, and it's just a different animal. It just is. You have to be so much more physically disciplined and mentally disciplined. And you have to be ready to pivot, zig, zag, whatever it is, because what you did all season long may not be working right now because everybody has a book on what you've done. Everybody has the analytics of where you shoot the puck best from, where you shoot it the most often, what side of the ice your team is better at faceoffs, what guys that start in the defensive zone are weaker than others, and they exploit it to the maximum of their ability. And they also know, in Vegas, knows that Colorado has a hard time getting to the middle of the ice, and they don't like it. Some of those guys don't like to pay the price as much. And so what do? They clog the middle of the ice, mentally and physically disciplined, and blocking shots. John Tortorella says, like, blocking shots isn't a choice. It's an automatic. I don't care who you are. Blocking shots is an automatic. Another mental thing that's going on between the ears, and I'm just talking about hockey right now because I haven't played a playoff game in the NFL yet.
Still time.
It's coming up.
Or the World Series yet. You never know.
Yeah, sure.
They saw that pitch. So a lot can change, and that's why in sports, not always does the underdog or the mediocre team compete, but certainly in hockey, there are upsets. If a team wants it more, like if you throw, like Marty St. Louis had a great speech. I saw it online today at the prospect camp for Montreal. And he's like, yeah, I know you guys are all the best players and all your little teams and all this stuff, but he goes, he holds up a tennis ball. I got this tennis ball. And he says, if I throw it on the ground, which one of you is coming out of this room with the tennis ball? What are you willing to do to get this tennis ball? And he's like, that's what it takes to be the best.
Wow.
It's not the talent. It's the willingness to do whatever it takes to win.
Yeah.
And some of the best teams, believe it or not, talent-wise, don't have that.
I saw a shocking documentary once in which it's kind of a loner guy that was looking for help to accomplish some of the things that he wanted to accomplish. Literally snapped a billiards cue or a stick and threw it to two guys and said, "Here you go. Only one of you is going to join my posse, my group. Only one of you is coming out of this."
Did they both make it, or did only one?
Oh, no, only one made it. Yeah, he was serious. He was dead serious.
So the one that didn't make it just took the cue and went home.
No, sir.
Oh, he took the cue just in different ways.
He didn't come out of that room. Yeah, that guy went on to do some shaky things.
Jamie, you brought up great teams that adjust.
Marsh, you didn't want to expand on that last point? I know you saw that documentary.
Well, I don't want to spoil anything.
Got it.
So I'll talk about something that maybe everybody remembers, maybe. But the Florida Panthers, when I think it was their second cup run, the second one that they won, where they changed it. Like, they didn't have like a fantastic into their season, if I'm not mistaken. They changed something defensively, their defensive structure, that was completely different than what they did in the regular season. And it worked out really well for them. I think that's an example of what you're talking about from a team that does adjust from what was working or not working in the regular season to ultimately win a championship. I think that's the opposite of the teams that don't find ways to win.
Yeah, I agree. I think that it's so fun to watch teams that have players that elevate their game. It's fun to watch coaches that can, quarter by quarter or period by period change what they're doing, shake it up, and then the players having full buy-in at that moment. And that's, with the Florida Panthers, they'd already won it. They'd gone to a cup final, won a cup, and in this situation here, not only did they trust the coach for making the change, they trusted each other to be able to play that certain way, and they executed it to perfection.
Sometimes there's teams that are really good, and there's some guy at a bar that says, I don't know who's going to beat this team, and then a team that hasn't won in, a ton of time. In fact, they had a curse on them. Ends up winning in 4 games. All because that one guy at a bar said, I don't see anybody beating that team.
Are we back to superstitions?
Well, yeah. Hockey Mike wanted to know, was Anthony explaining how you got the job at 101? That post.
Oh, yeah.
Well, certain people are no longer here. That's all I can say.
Oh, my goodness.
And at one point, I did visit Rome and participate in some of the gladiator games.
Yeah, we talked about that. That
we
was
certainly
awesome
did.
last week.
Yeah, we certainly did.
Doesn't want to acknowledge the time at the bar.
No, not one bit. We don't talk about that anymore.
Because why?
Which quarterback is under the most pressure to win now? We'll get into that next on 101 ESPN. Hey, you still got a couple of more days to the end of the month here, and Auto Centers has got the best selection, the best group of pricing, and quite frankly, the best sales experience that you're going to find at any dealership in the St. Louis or greater Illinois area. And right now, 2026 Nissan Rogues, Pathfinders, Muranos, Frontier models, they're all available for 0% APR for 60 months. Plus, remaining 2025 Nissan models have been discounted up to $12,000 off MSRP. So right there, you have got great deals going on. You might have a new driver, or maybe not a new driver necessarily, but somebody that's going to leave for college in a couple of months, and he or she needs a new ride. Maybe you're looking at pre-owned vehicle, but we want to make sure that vehicle is priced right, certainly, but is safe, it's reliable. Well, Auto Centers Nissan have one of the largest used vehicle selections in one location. They're all out in Herculaneum, the dealership is, and the prices have been marked down significantly on used vehicles. Plus, select used vehicles are available for no money down and no payments for 3 months. So with over 1,000 used vehicles and new vehicles all in one location, it's easier to find the right fit, the right price, and the right payment. It's all available at Auto Centers Nissan out in Herculaneum, right off I-55 in Herculaneum, Missouri, just minutes from South County. You can also shop online at AutoCentersNissan.com. When you do head out to Herculaneum, tell them Stalter sent you. It is Auto Centers Nissan.
101 ESPN Sports Center.
I'm Andrew Marsh. It's time for a Sports Center update brought to you by Universal Windows Direct. The Cardinals fall to the Brewers earlier today by a final score of 2-1. The Brewers sweep the Cardinals, and now the Cardinals will have their eyes set on a series against the Cubs coming up this weekend. The Cardinals still in second place and occupy that final wild card spot. We talked some Cardinals baseball today with Brad Thompson. If you missed that interview, make sure you go to 101ESPN.com or check out the free Dobbs Tire and Auto Center's 101 ESPN mobile app. Just head to the podcast page and you will find all of our interviews and all of our shows there. And it's all brought to you by the Schaefer Door Company. Tonight on 101 ESPN, we'll have Game 4 of the Eastern Conference Final between the Montreal Canadiens and the Carolina Hurricanes. Pregame starts at 6:30. Puck drop is at 7. I'm Andrew Marsh, and the Sports Center update is brought to you by Universal Windows Direct. You'll be saying, I love my windows.
It's fascinating on 101 ESPN. So which quarterback is under the most pressure to win right now? So heading into next season. CD, you and I were kind of talking about this beforehand. This is the brainchild of yours. And
yep.
I think C.J. Stroud clearly is the poster child for this topic.
You think he's the most pressure to win?
Yeah.
I do.
Really?
He doesn't have a contract yet.
Okay, I guess if you look at it that way.
He doesn't have the big contract.
Right.
Yeah.
All right, so we're taking length of contract into consideration here.
Yeah. That, yes, that's part of it. I mean, to me, too, he's got one of the best defenses in the league at his disposal. This is kind of a situation where it's like, hey, don't lose it before we have an opportunity to win it.
Pretty much.
And he said, go fast lane yourself.
I'll turn this thing over as much as I want.
I'll turn this damn football over as many times as I want and send the Patriots to the Super Bowl, essentially.
Pretty much,
yeah, pretty much.
I know championship game.
Well, but come on, it.
Because I was looking at
wasn't an opponent that day.
I was looking at like Lamar. Like there's a lot of pressure there too.
Certainly.
There is. So we talked about it, and obviously Lamar, Joe Burrow, he's dealt with a bunch of injuries. Josh Allen.
Lamar up for a deal here soon again?
Yes, but he's going to get paid. Like I think that. I think that the financial security part. Yes, those players for legacy points, like where they are in their legacy, how they're remembered in their careers, and when we look at it, 10, 15, 20 years from now, where they stand, yes, you will think about those guys. But in terms of like the C.J. Strouds, who the Texans did pick up his fifth-year option, but if he performs poorly this year, he does have a contract for next season, but there's nothing that stops the Texans from drafting their new quarterback for the future in the 2027 draft. And so that's kind of what I was thinking in terms of the amount of pressure that player is under. Bryce Young is in a similar situation. I know he took his team to the playoffs last year, but that's because nobody in the NFC South gives a damn about winning football games. So, his team, based on another team winning, actually got them into the playoffs. But he's also a player that has his fifth-year option picked up by the Panthers, but if it doesn't go well, could be looking at a team that's looking at drafting another quarterback in 2027. So when I was thinking about the amount of pressure, I'm thinking for like long-term future of being sustainable as a starting quarterback.
Being a starter to
being a backup in one season.
Sure.
Gotcha.
So those
a lot on the line.
A lot on the line for those two players, obviously. And more so, I think, because of C.J. Stroud, because of the team that he plays for and the defense that is the best defense in all of football, in my opinion. If they don't get solid quarterback play, I mean, just good enough quarterback play, that ruins their chances from even having an opportunity to win the division and make a run throughout the playoffs. And we saw it last year. Like, they shouldn't have beat the Steelers.
Right.
But they did, because the Steelers' offense wasn't going to do anything. He turned the ball over, I think, 4 or 5 times in that game, and then he turned it over and over again against the Patriots in a game that they also had an opportunity to win. So for me, C.J. Stroud and Bryce Young are two quarterbacks that have a lot on the line. And then I also put on there Dak Prescott. I mean, Dak is the highest paid player in football. He has 2 playoff wins in his career. And at some point, you're going to be the Dallas Cowboys. Maybe you're not moving on, but you're going to be looking to restructure some money to spend it elsewhere if we can't find a way to win playoff games with Dak.
Right. Yeah, I'm with you on that one, too. And Dak doesn't have the MVPs like Lamar does.
Correct.
To balance out the fact that you haven't won a Super Bowl. And Dak, quite frankly, I don't think he's ever not hosted. He hasn't even played an NFC Championship game, right?
No.
Lamar's played in at least one, if not multiple AFC Championship games. They lost to the Chiefs. Was there another one too that he?
I think it was just that one.
Just the Chiefs. Okay. Mm-hmm. So I think Dak is a good one.
Are we looking at players that have never won a championship? Because I think there's one player that is in mind that has been to 2 Super Bowls, won one of them, won Super Bowl MVP, but there's a lot of talk around this player's future, and that's Jalen Hurts.
Yeah.
I thought about him as well. That was another name. I think that's a great one because he's another player that, again, if things don't go right this year, they could be looking at drafting another quarterback to replace Jalen Hurts. And he's had the success. He's taken the team to the Super Bowl twice, as Marshy said, 1-1. Been second in MVP voting the first time they went to the Super Bowl. But also, it seems like every single year they're talking about moving on from Jalen Hurts.
Here's how I view Jalen Hurts. I don't know if he's under a ton of pressure, but if the Eagles were willing to move on, he goes to another spot. That team, I guarantee you, will not be as loaded as what the Eagles roster has been.
Not at all.
Since Jalen Hurts became the starter. So if you're looking at it from that perspective, say, hey, does he have pressure to win right now? That division is once again incredibly winnable. Dallas should be good. I don't think they're better than Philly. I don't think Washington, once again, has done enough to get off the mat. So it's really up to Jaden Daniels and whether or not he's Superman. And the Giants, maybe in a year or two, they might be more built up under Harbaugh. But the NFC East is once again the Eagles to win. And the NFC overall isn't necessarily stacked.
Yeah.
Seattle won it last year. They're dominant, but they're going to deal with some turnover now with Kubiak being gone. Obviously, they did not re-sign
Kenneth Walker.
Mm-hmm. Goes to the Chiefs.
Yep.
The NFC North is really good, but that whole division could cannibalize itself.
Correct.
And the NFC South barely exists. So when you look at it that way, I do think that Hurts has some pressure on him to win with the Eagles right now, given that this is the best situation that young man is going to have in the NFL. If he goes anywhere else, forget it.
Yeah.
Your roster's not going to be as good.
So you don't think the NFC is as stacked as the AFC? I think the AFC has better quarterbacks, but I don't know. Do they have better teams overall?
You know what, Marsh? That's pretty fair. Quarterback-wise, AFC with Josh Allen and Lamar Jackson, and when he's healthy, Mahomes, Joe Burrow. But from a team standpoint, maybe not. I think that's fair. But when you get into the playoffs, we've seen what the quarterback can do.
Would you?
Plus, the Texans have the best defense in the NFL.
Would you guys put Jaden Daniels in this category?
I would not.
Not yet.
I would not.
I think he's third year.
Yeah.
Third year of a 4-year, and we know they got the club option for 5.
Right.
So probably 5-year deal.
I wouldn't put him in there yet because he dealt with so many injuries last year.
That's why I'm putting him in there.
I also think though.
Okay.
When it comes to pressure and how quarterbacks are viewed, are you out of excuses yet? And Jaden Daniels is not out of excuses. He's got a lot of excuses. Yeah. And I'm talking about legitimate excuses.
Yeah.
The roster's not that good. It really wasn't that good when he was a rookie. He was just outstanding. He's got a boob for a head coach, offensive coordinator. This is a change now in his offensive coordinator. The talent level around him is okay, but it's not great. I'm talking about just on offense. So I think there's still plenty of excuses for Jaden Daniels where you're not looking at as hey man, why haven't you won yet?
Right.
I'm going to bring up one more name.
Plus the start for him. Sorry, Marsh. The start for him was so good.
Yeah.
That it's taken a lot of pressure off him. He didn't struggle as a rookie.
The name that I'm going to bring up, and we've talked about this team multiple times, but a team that might have their winning window closing And this quarterback is not young by any means. He's taken a team to the Super Bowl before, but I don't know if we consider Jared Goff to be in the upper echelon of quarterbacks, despite the Lions being one of the better teams in the NFL over the last couple of seasons. I know they finished in last place in the North last year, but they're still above 500, and they have a ton of weapons. And I'm scared when I play the Lions, despite how they play. Like, anytime you face the Lions, I feel like more times than not, you're going to get a good game.
Yeah.
Is he under pressure?
Who?
Jared Goff.
Well, Anthony has him already traded and getting rid of him from, last week with the stuff that you said.
I did?
Yeah, you did. You criticized him. You made fun of him. You didn't like anything to do with Jared Goff.
I don't think that was me.
No, it was you. I remember it very well because it hurt.
Trade him.
It hurts when Carey and Marshy do it, but I expect it, you know?
I don't remember that.
Yeah, I don't think. Are you sure it wasn't Kirk Cousins?
No, it was Jared Goff. We were talking about Matthew Stafford, and they made the trade. Well, and Jared Goff still hasn't won anything. I won't forget. We can go back.
Oh, you know what?
Yeah, we can go back, Anthony. If you want to try and call me a friggin' liar.
I got to be honest, Jamie. I was spitting nothing but truth there. The Rams decided to get rid of Goff.
Oh, so now that it's truth, it's okay?
Because he couldn't elevate the offense.
Did I lie?
Remember saying that.
I didn't lie.
He didn't lie.
I didn't lie.
This is what it was.
You kind of lied.
No, I didn't.
They fudged it.
How did I fudge
You
it?
fudged the truth.
No, I didn't. I said you were critical of Jared Goff.
I wasn't critical of Jared Goff.
And they said, well, they traded because
I just said
he still has it.
Sean McVay got rid of him
because he didn't have it in him.
Because he couldn't elevate the offense like Matthew Stafford.
That sounds kind of like
you're kind of tap dancing around this.
And
It's what you said after. You said, and he still hasn't been able to. It's like that last one.
Nah. And if I'm not mistaken, because we were having the conversation about, and I brought this up, if the Lions should draft a quarterback coming up because Jared Goff is on the tail end of his career.
Did say that.
And Anthony, if I'm not mistaken, you brought up the idea, again, if I'm not mistaken, of maybe the Lions doing what the Rams did in trading Jared Goff to get a better quarterback in there to lead them to the promised land, like Geno Smith will lead the Jets.
I didn't say Jared Goff should be traded.
Yes, you did. You did mention. You said you should do. They should do what the Rams did.
No, I said the Steelers should do what the Rams did. Yes, I did. I said the Steelers need to do what the Rams did, which is trade up.
I remember that very well.
He said it. I didn't say it. He said it. That's why he's laughing.
Yeah.
He's wearing a rooster on his hat.
What's that supposed to mean?
It's not a rooster, Anthony.
It's not. It's a gamecock.
No, they live in South Carolina.
Anything.
Bottom line is, Marsh said it. Marsh had that idea of trading Jared Goff. I said the Steelers need to eventually do that.
You know what disappointed me? You didn't push back.
He was all in. Like, yeah, trade his ass again.
Somebody in here's a liar.
Yeah,
they've done it already.
Guy was blessing couches when he was 15. Look at him.
Oh, you want to bring that back up? That was so last hour.
All right, you know what? I'm done with you guys. First of all, Jamie, you're done. You're suspended for the rest of the show.
Well, I have a question.
I have a question.
Who is the one player, though, that is under the most pressure? Because you last year you said
Stroud.
it was... Okay, so congratulations to the Houston Texans. They have won the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
You did it last year.
You actually did. You're one for one, brother.
It was the most to prove.
Yeah.
Oh, that's right.
So it's a different conversation. We haven't got to that yet.
You just missed the playoffs.
All right. This is Fast Lane on 101 ESPN. Jamie, suspended for the rest of the show. We'll see you tomorrow, and we will wrap things up next on 101 ESPN.
This show is brought to you by FanDuel. This is your reminder to check in daily because every day during the NBA playoffs, FanDuel is serving up a happy hour We're talking special drops you won't want to miss, from profit boosts to bonus bets and more. And the Oklahoma City Thunder are taking on the San Antonio Spurs tomorrow, and you want to be in on the action. Maybe you want to go Victor Wembanyama over 30 points scored, Stephon Castle over 20 points scored. Maybe you want to take Alex Caruso and over in three-pointers made. Whatever you want to do, you can do it. Check for a new reward every single day of the NBA playoffs, and don't miss your shot to get a little extra out of the action. Head to FanDuel.com/local to get started. Must be 21 plus and present in Missouri. Opt-in required. Rewards are now withdrawable. Restrictions apply, including bonus and token expiration, leg requirements, and max wager amount. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
In 2 days, you'll have your opportunity to see the Battlehawks play the final regular season game of the season. 7 o'clock, Dome and America Center versus the Dallas Renegades. If you get there early enough and are part of the first 10,000 fans, you'll receive an Archie bobblehead, courtesy of Renewal by Anderson. In fact, don't just show up for the bobblehead. Get there before the game, well before, because they got Fan Fest from 4 to 6:30. You can hang out with Archie, try the new 360 photo booth, challenge yourself in the QB toss. It is a party on the Plaza Friday night. You can also sign up for Battlehawks Kids Club and get a chance to rule the turf during the pregame. The Cacombo, your ticket to game day flavor, includes a ticket, hot dog, chips, and a drink for $30. Again, your ticket, hot dog, chips, and a drink for $30 allows you to feed the flock for Battlehawks football. If you're interested in the combo and for tickets to the game, visit UFLBattlehawks.com for details. Again, at UFLBattlehawks.com for details. They will be Friday night, 7 o'clock versus the Dallas Renegades, Dome at America Center, the final Battlehawks regular season game of the season. Make sure you check it out. Get those tickets at UFLBattlehawks.com. If you missed anything from today's show, you can always download the podcast, available at 101ESPN.com, or visit the Dobbs Tire Auto Center's 101 ESPN mobile app. All the podcasts brought to you by Shaver Door Company. Marsh, what do you got for criticisms and compliments?
Criticisms and compliments Presented by Bet365. With Bet365 early payout, you win even if they lose. Get paid out instantly when your team goes up big, even if they blow the lead later. Bet365. Winning is everything.
All right, from the Water Boy, what makes this show amazing is their dedication to stats and facts. The Fast Lane does deep investigating during the show. They know that in an investigation, details matter. What other show does in-depth texting to Miss Marsh to help its dedicated 10-year listeners answer about the legendary couch? The couch originally was blessed by the Romans before Miss Marsh purchased the couch.
Very true.
And Andrew gave it his all. Enjoy your 2-day suspension, Andrew.
Yeah, well done. Yeah.
Man, you are suspended for a couple of days.
Yeah, you're done.
Now, that blessing of the couch has got to stop, man.
Yep.
Well, it stopped a long time ago.
But you brought it up. You got to get out there for 2 days.
All right.
You're 2-day suspension. See you,
I'm sure I'll have some other superstitions over the weekend, like using the same ball marker.
Someone asked, was that like, they were wondering, was that like the most superstitious thing you've ever done? Because if it's more, we've got to know.
Most superstitious thing I've ever done, probably.
Okay.
You know, I've done other superstitious things. Like in 2016, I got a mullet, so North Dakota could go and win a national championship. That actually worked. 2019, I had a mustache. At the time, the Blues went on an 11-game win streak.
Yeah, you did.
And when the playoffs rolled around, I decided to go back to the mustache and let that ride out into a playoff beard, and then they won the Stanley Cup. So I've done other superstitious things before, but not to that degree.
Okay, yeah.
Just make sure you weren't blessing random things around St. Louis.
No.
Leaving your mark.
Not yet. Not yet. You kidding me?
No, Marsh has got way more respect than that.
We'll see what these 2026 Cardinals have to offer. I might have something up my sleeve.
Oh, wow.
Yeah,
Okay.
you never know.
Looking forward to that.
Yeah. Well, they need to start winning again. From the 314, great show today. This is like a box of chocolates. You never know what you're going to get.
Well done. Well said. I see what you did there.
Yep.
Yeah, nice job.
From the 636, great show, guys. Marsh, I am sympathetic. I had similar rituals when I was younger. Hope you had a great trip, or hope you have a great trip with your friends. That is from Dana.
All right, Dana.
Okay.
Appreciate it.
All right, this is one I was looking forward to from Curb Stomp. This show, as a whole, crotch chopping, pun intended, was a banger as usual. You guys never disappoint. Today we learned the difference between Marshy blessing the couch and Jamie blessing the couch. Enjoy the next 2 days, Marshy. Kind of miss you.
It's different, that's for sure. Yeah. It is different.
You know. You got to do what you got to do.
Yeah.
Get that couch blessed, man.
Jamie said he blessed many a couches, he said.
See?
Yeah.
And he probably won many a games. See? Who knew?
He did, certainly.
Who knew?
Yep.
You know?
Okay. Marsha, how about those 3 stars now?
Yeah.
It's time for the Fast Lane's 3 Stars of the Day, presented by Circus Sports. No bet fees ever with the world's largest sports book, now at your fingertips in Illinois and Missouri.
All right, our 3rd star of the day goes out to dogs.
Oh, we love dogs.
We love dogs.
Yes.
Love dogs.
You guys are trying to make cats
love
a
dogs
thing,
more than
but
cats.
dogs.
Shout out to all you dog lovers and cat lovers as well.
Of course, yes. Yep.
2nd star of the day goes out to... I'm going to give it to the couch. 2nd star goes to the couch.
That couch has seen some things.
Oh, yeah. Like a World Series. Win.
And our 1st star of the day goes out to dad jokes.
Yeah.
Especially bear ones.
Bear. Big paws.
Got one in the snake pit earlier.
Yeah.
Took a while.
It's been a while. Hey, Scuba said that I screwed up the punchline.
Scuba, I gotta tell you, as many times as we read that damn thing, we did the best we could, brother.
I thought I read it to perfection.
You read it to
maybe I did.
As perfected as it was written.
Yeah, sure,
Yeah.
sure. We do have Canadians, Hurricanes. Well, we have one Canadian. He's been suspended.
He's left.
But no, I'm talking about the NHL team. CD.
Oh.
Canadians, Hurricanes, Game 4, pregame, 6:30. Puck drop at 7 right here on 101 at ESPN. Marsh, you've officially been suspended for the next 2 days, so we won't see you until Monday. For Andrew Marsh, Jamie Rivers, and Carey Davis, I'm Anthony Stalter. See you.